Rib on Saturday, buy one, get one free. Desserts and that huge ice cream drink selection, buy one, get one free. I love it all. After a long week, relax with a hand-muddled old-fashioned. 20 bourbons and 100 wines in one of the 8 elegant dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the historic Holy Hill Shrine. The Spring Drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest is a Wisconsin must-see. And you'll love the award-winning all-you-care-to-eat Sunday brunch. Delicious. Step away from your kitchen. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Enjoy a cocktail and a free dinner this weekend. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Jesus' first followers were transformed and opposed, but they couldn't stop talking about him. It's still that way today.
People are still talking about him, arguing about him, censoring him, slandering him, and wearing hats declaring their love for him.
How Jesus brings about transformation, opposition, and conversation this week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Susan Hiller from Hiller Ford, back with another reason to buy your next Ford from Hiller Ford. This month, Hiller is offering 1.9% 66-month FlexBuy financing on all 2023 F-150s. This includes factory bonus cash of $3,000. Now that's a great deal. And just for coming in for a test drive, you get Girl Scout cookies. Stop in today, check out all the great deals, get some cookies, and find out why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
We got one.
And the Bucks will take game 1 against the Pacers.
You got one.
They have evened the series at 1 apiece.
Now that we've been gentlemanly, time to get mean.
Giannis puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through once again. He comes down with that mean mug.
It's the Bucks and the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage of Game 3 starts tonight at 4. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ. Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Friday, April 26th. Our top story, another death on Milwaukee roads.
I'm Erik Bilstad, clearing the campuses.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Everything's looking good out on the roads. Nice, quiet Friday morning. No incidents to report. We're smooth. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast could get wet for the weekend. Chance of isolated showers this afternoon and into the evening. Otherwise, a mild day, 60 degrees your inland high, 55 at the lake. Chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms tonight with a low down to 50. Right now at 43. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a second person now has died after a deadly crash near 27th at St. Paul Tuesday night. 65-year-old woman who was taken to the hospital has since passed away. 69-year-old man who was in the same car died on Tuesday. Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office said a vehicle sped away from a deputy attempting a traffic stop and crashed moments later after running a red light, hitting 2 cars in that process. 24-year-old man who's driving the vehicle, who was fleeing police, was arrested and is in stable condition at the hospital.
Tensions are rising and fueling the pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses.
They held signs saying NYPD out of CUNY, NYPD out of Harlem, and free all political prisoners. Protesters eventually came face to face with campus police. Separating the skirmish was school president Dr. Vincent Boudreau. And when it cooled off, he spoke with students.
NYPD will not come on to this campus unless protesters initiate violence with our students. My folks have been told not to initiate physical contact with students, with protesters.
Mac Rosenberg for CBS News, Harlem, New York.
The U.S. Supreme Court mulling the issue of absolute presidential immunity after hearing arguments involving former President Donald Trump's efforts to subvert the results of the 2020 election. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford said 9 justices they seem to underline how the issue here extends beyond this upcoming election.
Justice Kavanaugh talking about that. Justice Alito saying, the specter of prosecuting former presidents. We see that, if we look around the world and you'll see people, they throw them in jail after they, lose an election. And so that, could be kind of fundamentally undermining our democracy. But again, you also had the other side with other justices, again, emphasizing, but no president is above the law.
Former President Trump is due to make a campaign stop in Waukesha next week.
With property values rising across Milwaukee and other municipalities, here's what homeowners need to know.
The average property value across Milwaukee is up 17.36% compared to 2022. But that dollar value increase doesn't tell the full story, as Commissioner of Assessment Nicole Larson explains to WTMJ.
What is that percentage increase from last year to the current year as compared to the citywide average?
Those that do want to appeal their assessment have until May 20th to do so.
You need to get that written document into us that says you would like to object to your assessment.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Up to 1 in 5 workers could soon be free from non-compete agreements with their employers.
The ruling by the FTC takes effect less than 3 months from now. Attorney Larry Johnson tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News this will surely make its way to the Supreme Court.
There's already 2 lawsuits down in Texas against the FTC to essentially argue that this ban is not enforceable.
There are ways employers can still protect business.
That could include like a non-solicitation provision or a confidentiality agreement.
Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
The Green Bay Packers make a pick in the NFL first-round draft.
6'5", 325 pounds. Morgan becomes the first offensive lineman selected by the Packers in the first round since Derek Sherrod in 2011.
Man, my heart stopped. It was just everything froze, and then I got that call.
Morgan tore his ACL toward the end of the 2022 season, but returned for the 2023 season to earn all Pac-12 honors.
Just getting back on the field was the most important thing for me, so just grinding it out every day was something that I attacked.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ Sports.
So Jordan Morgan, he's from the University of Arizona. Much more on the Packers draft, which has another couple of rounds tonight. We'll get that from Gabe Neitzel, ESPN Milwaukee at 6:45.
Coming up, hoping to make magic happen again. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:05.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend AccuNet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison. And let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was $15,000 over asking and included a provision which AccuNet guaranteed they could afford to make, that they would still pay the higher offer price even if the appraised value came in up to $15,000 short. The result? Accepted offer versus several others on the very first try. And by the way, if the appraisal had come in $15,000 short, which it did not, Dan and Allison would have needed exactly $0 extra at the closing table. If you think all mortgage lenders are the same, think again. Go with a multi-generation mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
What you doing? Taking Dramamine, so we can talk about the cane table from Penny Mustard.
But that's for seasickness.
Look at the cane table. What do you see?
Style. Charm.
Good old American craftsmanship. Yeah, but look at the shape of the cane table.
It's boat-shaped.
Precisely.
You get seasick just by looking at the shape of a boat?
Uh-oh, I'm feeling woozy.
Come see the cane table, starting at $18.38, paired with Encore side chairs for $5.50 each at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Doris.
Living at Three Pillars is wonderful in many ways. If there's an activity that you like to do, it's not there, it will be arranged so that it can be put into place. A couple people wanted a bocce ball court. It was put in and people love it. There are book groups, play groups. There's a group of foodies who love to have good food and go to good restaurants. There are all kinds of activities for every kind of personality.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Bucks game 3 of the opening round playoff series tonight, and the Brewers welcome the Yankees to town. Sports coming up at 6:15.
More barrels. Another roadwork project starts today.
The DOT is about to step into another municipal roadwork project. Governor Evers has approved a $2.47 million resurfacing project of Highway 100 in Oak Creek. The first phase runs until early August, where eastbound Highway 100 will be closed from Shepherd Avenue to Pennsylvania Avenue, with westbound traffic unchanged. Then Phase 2 goes until early fall, with both directions of Highway 100 closing between Shepherd Avenue and Highway 32. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Could Pizza Man be making a swift return in the city of Milwaukee? Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reports a permit to install 2 exterior Pizza Man signs at its former Downer Avenue location was filed with the City Department of Neighborhood Services Thursday. That permit filed just a few weeks after the closure of Pizza Man's Humboldt Avenue location.
Audible is set to make magic again with a classic book series.
Audible's set to re-record all 7 Harry Potter books.
I must expect great things from you.
But it won't just be one person reading the massive series. These recordings will have a full cast with more than 100 actors, immersive entertainment, and high-quality sound.
Being Harry Potter.
The audiobooks will premiere late next year. The originals will still be available, too. Those recordings were first published in 1999 and launched on Audible in 2015. They've since racked up 1.4 billion listening hours around the world. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Told you former President Trump is set to visit Wisconsin next week, but the judge in his criminal trial going on in New York has scheduled an additional hearing. Could that interfere with the president's plans? We'll get it live from ABC News coming up at 6:10.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Traffic is sponsored by the all-new Burghardt Sporting Goods.
The all-new Burghardt Sporting Goods, the Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center in New Berlin and Fox Point.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:10.
All right, got a little bit of an issue along 894 eastbound, right about at 76th Street. Right lane's blocked with a broken down semi, so it is in the way and it is starting to slow things down. Otherwise, the rest of the system actually looking pretty good. Volume's relatively light and no other incidents to really report. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly cloudy today and a high of 60 degrees, 55 at the lake with a chance of some isolated afternoon showers. And then tonight, chance of showers, isolated thunderstorms possible with a low down to 50 for your weekend. Saturday's high 78 degrees with a chance of showers and storms. Some of those storms could be on the strong side, and Sunday showers and storms likely, high of 61. Right now, 43 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik, Bilstad, and Vince Vitrano.
A testimony set to resume today in the criminal hush money trial against former President Donald Trump, as he is set to visit Wisconsin next week. Peter Harlambous, ABC News, live with us this morning from New York. Peter, first, just a scheduling thing. I wonder if we have a problem here in Wisconsin. A side issue in this case is the allegations that the former president violated a gag order that the judge slapped on him. The judge has scheduled another hearing on that for next week. Do you know what day that's going to be? Because he's supposed to come here to Wisconsin Wednesday.
It looks like he still might be able to make it to Wisconsin. There was a bit of a scheduling conflict at first, but the judge appears to have moved that hearing on the gag order from Wednesday, as it was originally planned, over to Thursday. It's unclear who raised the concern first, but it looks like Trump might be in the clear at the moment.
Okay, let's get to the testimony then this week, Peter. It's focused on whether former President Trump paid National Enquirer basically to keep stories about his alleged affairs out of the news, which in and of itself is not illegal, right? So can you explain the leap that prosecutors will have to make just beyond proving that this occurred?
Yeah, I think it's important to rewind slightly in that the alleged criminality here in this entire hush money case happened in 2017 when prosecutors alleged that Trump repaid his lawyer, Michael Cohen, for that Stormy Daniels hush money payment. Over the course of 12 payments, Trump allegedly labeled those legal expenses pursuant to a retainer agreement. Prosecutors alleged that was the falsification of business records. It hurts the integrity of the New York marketplace. So I guess that leads to the question, why are we talking about stuff in 2016? Why are we talking about the National Enquirer? Catch and kill, the idea of killing negative stories, that's a pretty normal thing, right? But Pecker, throughout his testimony, kind of gave suggestions about where this case is actually heading in terms of the broader scheme here, kind of detailing how each of these payments that the National Enquirer made, one to a Trump Tower doorman who falsely alleged that Trump had a child out of wedlock, and another one to a former Playboy model, Karen McDougal, that those were basically illegal campaign contributions that the National Enquirer never declared, but they got into hot water with about over the coming years after Trump was elected. Prosecutors are trying to paint this case not only about the falsification of business records, but also basically as an effort to defraud the election by hiding negative information from voters. I guess the underlying question now becomes whether or not a jury will buy that, whether or not they will see actions after the 2017 election related to repaying Michael Cohen, as extending the criminality into 2016 when Trump was still a candidate and not yet the president.
What I've just heard is that we've got a long way to go in this trial, Peter.
Yes. Certainly. Sorry that was a little long, but I guess fundamentally, this is it's a white-collar case, and it is going to be a case full of lengthy testimony. We're picking up with David Pecker's cross-examination this morning. It's kind of remarkable. We're 4 days into this trial, and we're still on the first witness here. And it's going to be a lengthy cross-examination going after Pecker's credibility, his character, his state of mind, his mental health, basically, whether or not he's still remembering things at his age. It's going to be brutal at times for Pecker, but we'll see how he makes out of it.
Peter Harlambos from ABC News live with us this morning. Peter, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
6:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We got one.
And the Bucks will take game one against the Pacers.
You got one.
They have evened the series at one apiece.
Now that we've been gentlemanly, time to get mean.
Giannis puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through once again. He comes down with that mean mug.
It's the Bucks and the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage of Game 3 starts tonight at 4. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
I'll say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to you. We believe that operating with integrity will set us apart from our competitors, and that this attracts people to us that share these same values. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngwith with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
What's up, Packer Nation? This is your new offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan. Can't wait to get to Green Bay and get to work. Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, Jordan Morgan.
Go, Pack, go.
He's going to be great. He's going to be amazing. Brand new offensive lineman from Arizona, drafted by the Green Bay Packers. So I was watching this whole draft last night just from the lens of this will be in Green Bay next year. And I wasn't the only one thinking that.
With the 25th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL Draft select Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner.
That was pretty cool, actually, seeing that what made, for those who aren't really into the analytics and all the craziness of draft coverage, which I can totally understand if you're not, just seeing what they made Detroit look like should be exciting just to see what they do next year in Green Bay.
Where are we going to put all those people?
Oh, I have no idea. Where's a half a million people going to go, or however many they had there? Anyway, yes, Jordan Morgan is the new guy. He's a tackle, he's a guard, he's an offensive lineman. So where is he going to play, Goody?
I think he can play all four spots. I mean, we're fortunate enough that we've kind of We got a lot of guys in our group right now that can do that, and so I think we'll kind of let the best 5 kind of battle it out and see where that ends up.
So Morgan was able to talk to the media as well. He says he can't wait to block for the franchise, number 10.
It's such an honor. I mean, I cannot wait to get out there and protect for him. I mean, that's what our offensive lineman is supposed to do, protect your quarterback, open holes for running back, and that's what I'm here to do.
It's pretty neat. Late last night on social media, too, David Bakhtiari, of course, a former Packer who is also a tackle, tweeted at Jordan Morgan saying, hey, man, represent the position. Good luck. Go G.
And Morgan apparently has said he's learned a lot from watching film on Bakhtiari, how he uses his feet, his hands, things like that.
Represent the position, town, and G with pride, said Bakhtiari. So I thought that was pretty classy. Rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL Draft are tonight. The Packers currently own 2 second-round picks and 2 third-round picks as well. We'll get more reaction. Gabe Neitzel joins us at 6:45 from ESPN Milwaukee. You'll get his rundown.
Brewers open a weekend series against the Yankees tonight in Milwaukee. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold, he was with us earlier this week on Wisconsin's Morning News, said you're going to see a lot of pinstripes at American Family Field.
They always draw well on the road, wherever they are, and that's okay. I mean, look, it brings fans to our ballpark, and it should be a fun experience here because we don't get to play them very often, and they're a lot of fun to watch for sure.
The Crew coming off a split in the series with the Pirates, kind of a back and forth ball game Thursday afternoon. Exciting game. The Crew just kept coming.
High fly ball out to right. Back is Reynolds at the track. Wall gone. El Kraken gives the Brewers the lead in the top of the 8th inning.
I knew you were going to play that highlight.
Did not know that.
I'm going to release the Kraken.
Gary Sanchez's nickname is El Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Yes, release the Kraken.
Absolutely.
The Kraken was released. Brewers 7-5 winners Thursday. Return home 5-2 on this road trip. Yankees tonight in a 7-10 first pitch. And the Bucks take their opening playoff series with the Pacers on the road. Tied 1 apiece. Tip time in Indianapolis is 4:30, 4 o'clock pregame. Right here on your home of the Bucks, 620 WTMJ.
Gotta admit, I kind of dig that afternoon affair today. For a Friday.
Yeah, right? Get your Friday started early and then just roll right on into Brewers after that.
Yeah, and then slowly fall asleep on the couch.
6:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
It's like playing baseball in the house.
Mom, Dad broke the window.
Without the risk of...
Again.
That. Every Thursday at 8:40, play virtual baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News. Step up to the virtual plate and test your mettle against the best.
Swing and a drive to right.
It's virtual baseball, presented by Siding Unlimited. Only played here on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We're so happy with our patio door, a couple of big windows that go on either side. Now starting to think about some other things we want to do around the house. And if that's you, thinking of changing up the look or design of some of your spaces, or you need to replace some drafty old windows and doors, time to call Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is now. Here's the deal going. 0% interest for up to 60 months or no payments at all. No interest, zero money down for 2 years, 24 months. That's if you book the work in your home before May 10th. Let me tell you that deal again right now. Nobody's offering something like this. Right now, 0% interest for up to 60 months, or you pay nothing at all. No payments, no interest, zero money down for 24 months if you book the work in your home before May 10th. Pella rated #1 by Milwaukee area homeowners is the window brand that stands behind their products. Time to see them right now. Get the Pella design team in your home. Visit them now at PellaWI.com.
It started with a prediction.
Gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Checking in with Debbie here at 622.
All right, well, we're still dealing with this broken down semi stuck in the right lane on 894 eastbound right about at 76th Street. So we're starting to see some backups stretching back towards the Hale interchange. The rest of the system is actually looking pretty good. We've got light volume around the area, no other incidents to speak of. Hey, while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you do happen to see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy, mild, breezy. There is a chance for an isolated shower later on today into the evening, a high of 60. For tonight, chance for showers and isolated thunderstorms, a low of 50. Saturday, chance for showers and storms. Some of them could be strong tomorrow, a high of 78. More storms likely Sunday, a high of 61. More storms likely on Monday as well, a high of 70. Right now in Milwaukee, 43 degrees at 623.
Thanks for being with us on this Friday morning. They are so noisy, Eric, they are calling the sheriff.
Give it up for John Cicada.
It's kind of almost deafening.
With billions of cicadas emerging at the same time.
Cicadas, not cicadas. Come on now.
Which would make you call the cops?
Somebody's playing John Cicada really loud.
All the time.
So we've been tracking the cicadas this year because we have the double brood. This is two sets of the kind of creepy, largely harmless, certainly noisy insects that are going to emerge at the same time, and apparently this doesn't happen very often. We typically don't see the cicadas in Wisconsin until about June in the southern part of our state. They're emerging right now in South Carolina. I take you to Newberry, South Carolina. And from the Associated Press, emerging cicadas are so loud in one South Carolina county that residents are calling the sheriff's office asking why they can hear sirens or a loud roar. Sheriff's office
We're doomed.
Sheriff's office had to put something on Facebook letting people know what's up. People were flagging down deputies in the street.
They're bugs.
Asking what's going on? I'm hearing all this noise. Here, according to the sheriff, Lee Foster. Should I read it in South Carolina Sheriff?
Okay, so this is what's posted on Facebook.
This is what's focused
in how you think the sheriff sounds.
Sheriff Lee Foster in South Carolina. Cicadas are a superfamily of insects that appear each spring. The nymphs have lived underground for 13 to 17 years, and now this time they are hatching. Although to some the noise is annoying, they pose no danger to humans or pets. Unfortunately, it is the sounds of nature.
You act like as if we had not known this was happening. Like this is all.
This is not without precedent here in South Carolina. In fact, just last year we had these cicadas.
These bugs.
Cicadas. Which one is it now?
They probably had him at the county fair also.
Yeah, right. The noisiest cicadas were moving around the county of about 38,000 people, about 40 miles northwest of Columbia, prompting calls from different locations as the day wore on, the sheriff said.
So they think it was a siren sound. That's
People
amazing.
said it sounded like a siren or just a roar that wouldn't stop.
Wow. Okay.
We're doomed.
Yeah, we are.
Double brood. Oh, my God.
So here's what's interesting, though. We're not going to get the double hit.
Yeah, we're only having the one brood this far north.
Okay, good.
Where the broods
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I was looking at it. The broods sort of intersect in like east central Illinois. So that's where they're going to get the both of them.
That's the path of totality.
Don't drive down
suggest.
I didn't say
I hear you working over there. Look, if we really want to get the full effect, Eric's going to make me drive in a car for 4 hours.
So we can hear it.
So we can hear the full effect of the cicadas. News about your money this morning, WTMJ. Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was down about 375 points to 38,086 in trading on Thursday. The NASDAQ off 100 to 15,612, and the S&P 500 closed at 5048. That was down about 23 points. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite financial planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Yes, dents, dings, and accidents happen. Get your vehicle ready for springtime cruising at Heiser's Collision Centers. Our certified body shop technicians and painters, they have 10 plus years of experience. So no matter the damage, we'll get your vehicle looking brand new. We work on all makes, take all insurances, and have discounts for non-insured vehicles. So relax and enjoy one of our complimentary loaners while you wait. Schedule today at Heiser.com. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Traffic is sponsored by Hiller Ford, a family-owned dealership on Highway 100 in Franklin.
Ford Motor Company has awarded Hiller Ford with their Ford President's Award for customer service 18 times. One more reason people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Friday, April 26th, our top story, another death linked to a Tuesday crash in Milwaukee.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A big draft begins for the Green Bay Packers.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Some good news. 894 eastbound right about at 76th Street where we had that broken down semi that was stuck in the right lane. Well, they got it out of there. So, still going to be a little bit backed up heading back towards 92nd Street. Something to keep in mind. Westbound 894 as per usual from Loomis to 68th Street. It's going to be...
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Students protesting the Israel-Hamas war are digging in at Columbia University. Today was the deadline for them to move in and camp and set up on campus. As of this morning, it is still there. There were 400 arrests across the country at campuses nationwide this week.
Clashes between police and pro-Palestinian protesters intensifying on college campuses. In Southern California, an encampment at UCLA has grown to hundreds of people. And USC has now canceled their main graduation ceremony due to the protests.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert. Defense lawyers in Donald Trump's hush money trial are poised to question former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker's testimony as they begin cross-examination. Pecker has said on the stand that he helped bury embarrassing stories about Trump before the 2016 election. Harvey Weinstein's accusers shocked and angered over a New York appellate court's decision to overturn his rape conviction. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a second person now has died after a deadly crash 27th at St. Paul Tuesday night in Milwaukee. 65-year-old woman who was taken to the hospital after the crash has now passed away. 69-year-old man who was in that same car died on Tuesday. Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office has a person in custody, said that vehicle was speeding away from a deputy attempting a traffic stop and crashed moments later after running a red light.
To the NFL, 6 quarterbacks were among a record 25 offensive players taken in the first round of the NFL draft. The Packers took someone for their offensive line, selecting Jordan Morgan from the University of Arizona.
Morgan started 37 games at tackle in college. But should the 6'5", 325-pound draftee of the Packers be moved inside to guard, he'll be more than comfortable.
I mean, I'm athletic enough and flexible enough to do that type of thing.
Regardless of position, Morgan will be tasked with protecting the other Jordan on the team, quarterback Jordan Love.
I mean, I cannot wait to get out there and protect for him. I mean, that's what our offensive lineman is supposed to do, protect your quarterback, open holes for running back, and that's what I'm here to do.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ Sports.
2 more rounds of the NFL draft are tonight in Detroit. The Packers have 4 picks as of now tonight in those 2 rounds. Much more coming up from ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. He'll give us a rundown at 6:45.
Today, former President Donald Trump's hush money trial continues in New York. ABC's Peter Haralambous telling Wisconsin's Morning News a hearing related to Trump's gag order was originally in danger of conflicting with the former president's planned visit to Waukesha on Wednesday, but now looks like his schedule should be clear.
There was a bit of a scheduling conflict at first, but the judge appears to have moved that hearing on the gag order from Wednesday, as it was originally planned, over to Thursday. It's unclear who raised the concern first, but it looks like Trump might be in the clear at the moment.
Trump is scheduled to speak at the Waukesha County Expo Center at 2 p.m. Wednesday.
Saturday is National Drug Take-Back Day. Wisconsinites can find more than 100 drop-off sites across the state to dispose of unused or unwanted medication. There are more than 10 locations in the Milwaukee area, including most police departments and the Milwaukee VA.
Could Pizza Man be making a swift return to the city of Milwaukee? According to Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, a permit to install 2 exterior Pizza Man signs at its former East Side location was filed with the Department of Neighborhood Services. This is for the Downer Avenue space that's been vacant since Pizza Man left in 2023.
Coming up, we got a very special local everyday hero to celebrate.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know what this condition is doing to you.
And it was scary because I found out that I was waking up 145 times an hour. 145 times. I was scared. I wasn't getting the sleep I needed.
And that's the thing. Someone like John wakes up after thinking he's slept all night, and he's been feeling run down for years, and finally finds out something really is wrong. This is why, for us, solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying, because we really are changing lives.
I've had more energy. I'm getting better sleep. I've been told from my wife I don't snore. But honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. Solving your breathing triangle problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. When it comes to painting, don't do it yourself. Call the pros at your local neighborhood CertaPro painters. That's what we did. CertaPro came out, gave us choices, walked us through the process, and then when they were there, it was quick, it was easy. Our home is beautiful. Excellent workmanship all the way around. It's CertaPro painters. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Wisconsin. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
ESPN's Gabe Neitzel breaks down the Packers' first-round pick in the NFL Draft. He joins us live at 6:45.
Well, now this is strange.
What's happening?
We don't usually celebrate an everyday hero on a Friday.
It's not Thursday, is it?
Thursday's at 6:40.
Okay. Today is indeed Friday.
When Azura Memory Care helps us celebrate an everyday hero. Here's what we got to do, though. We have to do this. This is a local story. And not only is it local, but it's an 8th grader. So a quick-thinking 8th grader from Glendale saved the day. School bus driver had a medical emergency on Wednesday. A.C. Holland III, he goes to Glen Hills. He said he noticed they drove past his house first off. He noticed her head went down, the bus driver, so he ran up to her to see if she was okay. She was having a medical emergency.
I walked, see if she okay, and she didn't respond, so her foot was still on the gas. I scooted her over, moved her foot off the gas, and I just turned the wheel and pressed the brake at the same time.
That's AC talking to TMJ4
You did not, 8th
News.
grader.
Yeah.
You did not get on that bus.
Press
Put
the
it
brake.
in park, figure it all out.
She was able to regain consciousness and call dispatch and get some help. He told all the young kids on the bus, hey, call your parents, let them know everything's cool. That's what this 8th grader did. His dad, I love this bite from his dad. Here's what his dad had to say when he was told about it by his son.
First thing went through my mind is like, so wait, you drove a bus? And yeah.
So how about that?
Right.
How about that?
There's hope for the future.
Right? The best part about this story is TMJ4 News did it, and he actually helped the Channel 4 crew.
Their family works on cars together. He's been teaching his son a lot about the ins and outs of mechanics.
He's an ace.
An ace even coming to the rescue for us this evening. The 8th grader helping jumpstart our news car when the battery died.
Well, that worked out okay for 4, I guess.
How about AC? So thank you, AC, for being an everyday hero locally from Glendale.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
Why is abbreviation such a long word? You'd think someone could make it shorter.
You mean like instead of saying buy one, get one, you can just say BOGO.
Yeah, kinda.
Through Monday at Hasselus Mattress, buy a new Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Beauty Rest mattress, and we'll give you a free box spring or an equal amount off an adjustable base.
Or, in other words,
BOGO.
You're a man of few words. I like that.
Find a self-service showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. Right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. Just like me, you'll be saying,
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Grilling just got tastier this week at Sendik's. Natural USDA Prime Black Angus top sirloin steaks are just $7.99 per pound. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Debbie.
All right, everything's looking pretty good right now. East and westbound 94, pretty much full freeway speeds. We got 43 and 41, both looking pretty good. Where we are seeing some delays is on 894 westbound, coming out of the Mitchell interchange, heading towards Forest Home. That's through that construction zone. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly cloudy, mild, and breezy. A chance for a few evening showers. Temperatures in the mid-50s at the lakefront, near 60 farther inland. Showers, isolated thunderstorms tonight. Low of around 50 degrees. Then it's partly cloudy, windy, and warm for most of Saturday. We'll look for an afternoon and evening chance for showers and storms. A couple storms could be on the stronger side. Highs in the upper 70s. Showers and storms likely on Sunday, a high of 61. We'll hold on to the rain chance into Monday. Mostly cloudy and breezy with a high near 70. And the sunshine is back by Tuesday. Highs in the low 70s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 43 degrees.
Vince, we've been following closely these pro-Palestinian protests and demonstrations on college campuses across the country. Some of them peaceful, some of them violence, some of them causing pushback because these protesters and demonstrators aren't leaving the areas where they are at.
I'm very proud that with all the conflict going on in Gaza with Israel and Palestine, that we haven't seen, that violence come to our campus. And I do believe it's because we really stress finding common ground with people that are different than you.
That's Mike Lovell at Marquette University talking with WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Elsewhere, though, that's George Washington University. Here's Indiana University. And then there's this at Emory. Rubber bullets being used as they're trying to crack down on this to kind of get some of these people to move at Ohio State. In fact, it's getting so bad that at USC they've canceled the main graduation ceremony.
Won't be the last.
It won't be the last because they're just concerned about the safety as these pro-Palestinian demonstrators and protesters, again, some violent, some not, causing issues at different countries or different campuses across the country.
Well, one of the problems that they're having on these campuses, we talked about it yesterday, is some of the people who have camped out and who are
agitators
they're not students, and these colleges and universities say you don't have business here. You don't. Not only should you not be camping out, but you don't have a right to be here, and they have every right to go in and remove them, particularly if they're disrupting the matriculation of students who just want to go to class, because not everybody on campus cares one way or another. Some just want to go to school.
Generac. Hi, this is Steve from Mr. Holland's Home Services. The powers that be claim that you need to hear that word 3 times in 60 seconds to get you interested in a brand new whole house backup generator. What we really should be saying is lightning, 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 because all it takes is an unwanted and untimely power outage to spark your interest in a backup generator. Mr. Holland's crew can hardwire your whole house generator directly into your home's electrical system. So when the power peters out, your charge is still churning and the lights are still burning. And with up to 24 months interest-free financing with approved credit, the cost isn't concerning. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services to schedule the installation of your brand new backup generator. 866-992-1717. Or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you need more power, we can help.
Just because you're going to see a surgeon doesn't mean you're going to have surgery. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where the majority of patients they see, for example, in their spine center, are treated for their conditions without surgical intervention. Dr. Mike Nolte was sharing that with me the other day when he stopped by to visit with some of us here at the station. That's exactly what I heard when I went in with knee pain years ago. Dr. Hollab, he was my doc, said a lot of different ways we can address your issue. No pressure to have surgery at OAW. So don't put off a visit about what's bothering you because you're afraid of what you're going to hear. You can trust these docs to properly diagnose what's going on and then lay out a menu of options to address it. And if you do decide to have that procedure, like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Green Bay Packers tonight have 4 picks in rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL Draft. Thursday in round 1.
With the 25th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL Draft.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Select Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona.
Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona. ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel, fresh off draft night coverage. Joining us live so early this morning.
Top of the morning to you, boys.
I always love our draft picks. They always make perfect sense to me.
They're going to be amazing.
The 3 highlights they show of our guy blowing people up look fantastic. So
he's a brick wall.
Right. You tell me.
The people that you've been focusing on and everybody's been talking about clearly are the ones that always the Packers take.
Yes.
Not the case this time around. I don't know who had Jordan Morgan. If you did, good on you. I thought after the run of offensive tackles earlier that the Packers would probably go defense. But Morgan, they view him, and the way that Brian Gutekunst talked last night, they think he can play 4 different positions, the 2 guards, the 2 tackles. So he's got versatility, which is something that they value more than anything.
How many times do we see that in a season? This guy goes down,
exactly.
All right, this guy's moving over to here, and then we plug somebody else in there. You see that all the time.
And that versatility is always rewarded if you're a member of the Green Bay Packers. And so they go out and they get him. A lot of these draft nicks, the Mel Kiper Jr.'s, the Dane Bruglers over at The Athletic, saw him more as a guard. But the Packers see him okay, we think he can also play tackle. And that is why they ultimately took him over maybe a different offensive lineman that was touted throughout this entire draft process, like Graham Barton coming out of Duke, who clearly they see more as a guard or a center.
Got to protect the franchise, right? You got to protect number 10.
100%. It's the first time they've taken an offensive lineman since 2011. And there was some really interesting work done by Paul Hembakidis, better known as Hembo, is the co-host of Greeny over on ESPN Radio, helps produce Greeny's show Get Up, and he dug into the last every draft since 2020, and basically going through 2019 because the way it works in the NFL, where you have the fifth-year option with the first-round picks, and he qualified a draft pick as hitting if you sign a second contract with the team that drafted you. And the offensive line position, center guard, offensive tackle, were the only positions in the entire first round that had a hit rate of 50% or better. So offensive line is typically the safest pick that you can make, especially if you're a versatile offensive lineman. Look, this isn't a sexy pick, but the Packers are in the part of team building right now where a lot of the picks aren't necessarily going to be sexy.
Right.
And there are still defensive holes and issues that they have, but it's not a top-heavy linebacker class where they need help. It's not a top-heavy safety class where they need help. So they can pick up those guys over the course of the 4 picks that they have tonight.
ESPN's Gabe Neitzel with us. So 4 picks for the Packers tonight in rounds 2 and 3.
How many passes? 4.
Wheeling and dealing, moving up,
any more
moving back.
trades or any kind of trades?
I could see them if they love Cooper DeJean, they're probably going to have to move up. I doubt he falls. He was somebody that a lot of people had the Packers mocked to in the first round. And he is, if you're unfamiliar, he's a defensive back out of Iowa. He's somebody who's also versatile. They think he can play safety. They think he can play corner, slot corner. It's something that Brian Gutekunst talked about before the draft earlier this week about how versatile he can be. I don't think that, I wasn't expecting him to fall in the first round, especially after the athleticism he showed at his pro day at Iowa, but he did. Packers are sitting there at 41. If you want someone like him, you're probably going to have to move up. But at the same time, in his pre-draft press conference, Brian Gutekunst talked about how he loves draft picks.
Yeah, he'd take 13.
He'd take 13 or 14 if he could. They've got 11. Yeah, and he also mentioned that he thinks with 5 picks in the top 100, he can get 5 guys in his top 50. So when you hear him say something like that, I don't think if they move up, I don't think they're going to use any of the capital that they have. I think he wants to hold on to the 4 picks that he has. And I was just trying to do some of the math in terms of, because there are the draft charts with every pick has a certain point value, and this is what you need to give up to potentially move up to here. Just kind of a guideline of what does it cost to move up. The Packers, if they used a 3rd-round pick, would be really overpaying to move up. If they used a 4th-round pick, would only be able to move up a couple of slots. They may have to get creative, include some future draft capital if they want to move up from like 41 inside, to 36, 35, something like that.
Hey, we're up against the clock, but wanted to thank you for golfing 1,000 holes yesterday for the MAC Fun.
I think it was 100.
Oh, I got too many zeros.
Either way.
Probably felt like 1,000. Is there still chances or opportunities to donate on your behalf?
Absolutely. If you want to text CARES, CARES, to 800-990-3776. That's for me and Greg Matzik's page. We had a great time yesterday, and 22 people playing this event, over $200,000 raised to the MAC Fund.
Pretty good day.
So since this event has started back in 17 or 18, the event has now raised over $1 million for the MAC Fund. Awesome. Greg and I were now up over $20,000 raised combined between the two of us. So thank you to a lot of the great partners out there that supported us, including Palermo's Pizza, who helped us do that pizza for a year giveaway with a pizza oven and all that. We're going to be drawing winners for that.
Is that why Matzik's got that pizza oven at his desk upstairs?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. That's why he has that pizza oven upstairs at his desk. So we're going to be giving away, again, 24 pizza coupons, the pizza oven, all the Screamin' Sicilian swag. So thank you to Screamin' Sicilian, a Palermo's brand, for helping us out with that. We're going to be picking a winner for that and doing the legwork to try to figure that out early next week.
Cool, man. Awesome.
There's a lot of stuff in your brain today. Thanks, Gabe.
Yeah, and the Bucks play tonight, 4:30 Central.
Sir, yes,
and
sir.
the Yankees are in town. 6:51 of Wisconsin's Morning News.
Bonds and Griffey.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our retirement-ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Sharks. Most people see them as a threat, but we see a potential cure. At UW Health Carbone Cancer Center, we're the only team in the world researching whether antibodies from sharks can be used to fight cancer. A discovery that would revolutionize the future of cancer care, turning possibilities into remarkable realities. So one day, instead of what if, we can ask what's next. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
The Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center is here in New Berlin, and it's ready for you and your team. From little leaguers to hardcore players and trainers, this is the place you'll want to be.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to cleanorigin.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin State Fair. Wisconsin State Fair has $12 group tickets on sale now. Hurry, the sale ends April 30th. Visit wistatefair.com to save big for group tickets.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
6:53, what's happening on the roads, Deb?
Oh, just a couple pockets of heavy traffic leaving the Marquette interchange and then right through the Stadium interchange. Not too horribly bad. We got a little bit of a heavy ride westbound 894, but we expect that from 27th Street all the way to about 68th through that construction zone. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. Pretty typical Friday. I'm Debbie Lozga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. 60 degrees, your high temp today, 55 at the lake, with a chance of isolated showers this afternoon, chance of isolated thunderstorms tonight under mostly cloudy skies. Right now, 43 in Milwaukee.
So Sunday, Vince, marks 30 years since the Ted and James Oswald shootout in Waukesha County. You remember this?
I do.
30 years ago.
I mean, some of the most extraordinary video that you would ever see on the news.
Yep.
Of something that happened right here.
Father and son from Watertown serving life in prison now for a crime spree that led to the death of Waukesha Police Captain James Lutz. The duo led enforcement on a long chase on that cool Thursday morning, ultimately took a woman hostage, and then drove that van. That's that video that everyone saw. The van with 100 rounds being shot out of it. Then they crashed into the tree before being taken into custody. Wanted to take a look back at that day. It was caught on camera, the end of it. But what led to that moment 30 years ago on Sunday through the eyes of three different people?
I did not know when I was leaving the newsroom that I would end up being in the middle of a shootout that day. But that's exactly what happened.
911, we just got robbed. This is Angie calling from Bank One in Wales.
I'm Renee Riddle. Back in 1994, I was a TV news reporter for Channel 12 News. I was one of the few people that was in the newsroom at that early hour when we got call of an officer down in Waukesha County.
Officer down, shots fired at the police.
My name is Stephen Peterson. I was assigned to the Detective Bureau with the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department, and we were conducting surveillance on a location that we were potentially going to execute a search warrant.
I was District Attorney Paul Booker. I was sitting in a circuit court handling calendar call, nothing special, and my deputy DA, Michael Bundy at the time, came up to me, and I knew something wasn't good, and he whispered in my ear, and I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, he was shot and killed." I'm like, "Oh my God." So I ran downstairs and off we went.
I'm hearing clearly radio traffic that indicated to me that something serious was going on. I didn't know what it was.
The assignment editor at the time just saw me, saw the first photographer, and said, "You and Bobby hit the road." And so Bobby and I just followed the action. It was obvious that this was a hot pursuit.
Every 15 seconds, there was a new report. high-speed pursuit, stolen car, abandoned down the road. They were on foot, hijacked another car at Interstate Printing. I remember all these places.
I heard someone jump on the air and just said, call out SWAT, call out SWAT.
They were escaping the scene of the crime where they had executed Captain James Lutz.
The first place we went was where Captain Lutz was executed on Waukesha and Woodridge Lane there. And I remember looking in the car. I saw Jim, who was just in my office, actually. He came in to talk to me about a case. He was not happy with my decision. In this case, I saw him holding a shotgun in his hand, and his foot was on the brake. His lights were activated. Car was running, and I won't get into gruesome detail, but it'll be seared in my brain forever.
At this point, I have no idea that there's been a bank robbery, shooting, and killing of a City of Waukesha police officer. I have no idea of that. I just know that it sounds like there's some type of a hostage situation going on Oak Street.
Bobby and I just followed the action, and that took us to a park in Waukesha County, Oak Park.
Clearly, additional help was needed.
James and Ted had broken into a house, taken a woman, Judy Opat, hostage.
They had broken in the patio window and entered the house. And so that's where we went, and we staged right outside Oak Park. I remember sitting in the FBI van.
As I arrive on the location, it is at that time that Jim and Ted Oswald start driving this van that they had taken from the hostage.
Literally had just gotten the camera out of the trunk of the car when all of a sudden a van comes barreling down the road. Police had set up a blockade, and before we knew it, we found ourselves in the middle of a full-fledged shootout.
Unbelievable. They come out shooting, which of course nobody expected, and they are shooting hundreds of rounds out the side. Some of these were armor-piercing bullets. They're blue-tipped.
Officers were taking cover behind their vehicles. The Oswalds were firing their rounds. They were going right through.
Deputy Linda Lorenz, she fires 6 rounds. Perfect circle into the windshield. Just absolutely perfect. And as a result of those rounds that Deputy Lorenz, now retired, fired, he veered to the right. They struck that tree at a high rate of speed. The hero of Oak Street was the oak tree. And you can hear Officer Lorenz screaming, "Yoo-hoo!"
They clearly were trapped in the vehicle as a result of the crash.
It took 2 hours after the crash for James and Ted Oswald to be extracted from that van. The Waukesha SWAT team literally had to bring in snow plows to act as cover.
Is there anybody on our team that knows how to drive a V-type snowplow? We were fortunate that we had somebody that was able to do that.
Jim had a gun under his seat, and he couldn't reach it because of his injuries. Had he reached it, I don't know if he would have had these trials. I don't know. I'm guessing.
And Booker's point there is that had he been able to reach that gun, he likely would have kept firing.
Right, might not have been over.
And the SWAT would have had to have taken care of that at that point. So both Oswald would ultimately be convicted, serving life in prison. Renee Riddle covered these cases from start to finish, so she was there when it happened, and she was there when they were convicted. She covered it all the way through for Channel 12. The photog, Bob Vermiglio,
Bobby V.
He's going to be on Wisconsin's Midday News today with Jessica and with Greg. And that video has been utilized for training. That video is used in evidence. And retired Waukesha County Sheriff's Detective Steve Peterson says that shooting and that video has been used over and over again for training. And in fact, that day led law enforcement in Waukesha County to use different firearms from now on because the .357 wasn't good enough to be able to stop these guys. And of course, James Lutz, 57 years old, died that day. The Waukesha Police Training Complex is named after him.
If you want to hear it again, E.
Yeah, it's on our website at WTMJ.com. There's video there as well, plus other interesting stories from these three. My thanks to them. And text the word Oswald to the WTMJ Talk and Text line. Greg will send it back to you, 855-616-1620.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
You know, it feels good when I find something really cool and get a great deal on it. But it feels even better when I know that the money I spend actually goes directly to helping others. That's why I shop at St. Vincent de Paul, because I always find the best bargains, and the money I spend stays in Milwaukee County to help fight hunger and eliminate poverty. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton in Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Lillard ushers it across the timeline. Still on the dribble. Draws the contact. Puts the shot up and hits it with a foul.
The Bucks are heading to Indy to break the 1-1 tie. Game 3 of round 1 against the Pacers begins today at 4 on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
Just after 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Friday, April 26th. Our top story, looking at the possibility of severe weather this weekend.
I'm Erik Bilstad. The Green Bay Packers get their guy.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Volumes picking up across the area. We do have some delays westbound 94 from about 27th Street through the Stadium interchange. On westbound 894, we are backing up right past Loomis all the way to Forest Home through that construction zone. And starting to pick up a little bit on northbound 43 right around the Locust area. Starting to slow down just a little bit. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 60 degrees today, 55 at the lake. Chance for some isolated afternoon showers, and then tonight, isolated thunderstorms are possible with a low down to 50. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, warm air and humidity moving into southeast Wisconsin for the weekend. There's a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms. This would be on Saturday into early Sunday. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says while the biggest threat comes Saturday evening, don't rule out possible severe thunderstorm earlier that day.
If we do get a pop-up storm in the heat of the afternoon, which our models cannot capture, that's random. It's a random chance. They will be taking advantage of an atmosphere that is primed for severe weather.
Complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 7:10.
New fallout over the pro-Palestinian protests that continue to spread on college campuses. The University of Southern California, USC, canceling its main stage graduation ceremony. Meanwhile, at Columbia University in New York, negotiations with administrators and demonstrators is continuing to clear their tent encampment. The president of Columbia University says the NYPD is not being called in to clear the tents at this time.
The U.S. Supreme Court now weighing whether a president has immunity from prosecution and how far that immunity should go. ABC News senior national correspondent Terry Moran.
During the nearly 3 hours of arguments, liberal justices were deeply skeptical. Justice Sonia Sotomayor pressing Trump's lawyer on where his argument could lead. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson asking if there is no accountability, what would stop a president from, quote, turning the Oval Office into the seat of criminal activity in this country. But conservative justices, while not fully embracing Trump's argument, made the case that presidents need some protection from criminal prosecution.
Additional litigation could push a decision on the case until after the November election.
The Green Bay Packers take a lineman, an offensive lineman from the University of Arizona, Jordan Morgan, in their first pick in the NFL draft.
6'5", 325 pounds. Morgan becomes the first offensive lineman selected by the Packers in the first round since Derek Sherrod in 2011.
Man, my heart stopped. It was just everything froze, and then I got that call.
Morgan tore his ACL toward the end of the 2022 season, but returned for the 2023 season to earn all Pac-12 honors.
Just getting back on the field was the most important thing for me, so just grinding it out every day was something that I attacked.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ Sports.
So drafts around 2nd and 3rd are tonight. Packers have 2 picks in the second round, 2 picks in the third round. We'll get more detail and explanation and analysis from ESPN Milwaukee's Mark Tauscher at 7:50.
Coming up, a pledge to plant 1 trillion trees. For real. 7:06 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. SidingUnlimited.com.
Get out of the house with authority. And the outside authorities are Siding Unlimited, defending and beautifying your house, and Outdoor Living Unlimited, making your yard into living space. They share the same unique outside-in showroom near Gerke's Corners. That's where you want to be at their open house tomorrow from 8 to 1. Siding Unlimited is the best area installer of siding, of course, but also windows, doors, roofing, and decks. Outdoor Living Unlimited turns yards into patios and decks, fire pits, pavers, retaining walls, even screen rooms, outdoor kitchens, and swimming pools. Bring your ideas, motivation, and questions to the product reps at the open house and meet the Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited teams. Get fired up at sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com, and then get to the open house tomorrow from 8 to 1.
We find the best way to protect and uphold the reputation of our business is to hire good people and then take care of them. We really do love the people that work for us, and we care about what's in their best interest. And what that means to you is this: who do you really want on your job? Someone who's maybe underpaid or doesn't feel appreciated? Might not have paid vacations or great work benefits? Our folks have all of these things and more. Vito and I make sure they feel appreciated, because happy people do happy work. There's a culture we're building here at Semper Fi that brings respect back to a very hard job. And that's why we know that our crews are going to do the kind of work that you expect. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
The Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford and Oshkosh just lowered their dine-in Wednesday and Friday fish fry price to $4.99. Kids and grandkids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Sunday through Thursday. Call and reserve minechefrestaurant.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:09.
Drivers making preparations on the south side. A big road project begins today.
The DOT is about to step into another municipal roadwork project. Governor Evers has approved a $2.47 million resurfacing project of Highway 100 in Oak Creek. The first phase runs until early August, where eastbound Highway 100 will be closed from Shepherd Avenue to Pennsylvania Avenue, with westbound traffic unchanged. Then phase 2 goes until early fall, with both directions of Highway 100 closing between Shepherd Avenue and Highway 32. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Just in time for Arbor Day, millions of trees going to take root in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is part of the Trillion Tree Pledge, a global goal to conserve and restore 1 trillion trees by 2030. Governor Tony Evers announcing he's increasing Wisconsin's goal of planting 75 million.
On Earth Day, I signed an executive order to increase our goal to 100 million trees by the end of 2030.
And with this new goal,
we'll be able to store and exchange a total of 4.8 billion pounds of carbon dioxide a year through trees planted alone.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And if you missed it there, the governor's excited about this, actually. We're going to plant the trees.
You don't think he sounds excited?
Well, I think he is excited, but let's pep it up a little bit. Sports is coming up at 7:15. It's sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. Holiday first opened its doors to Wisconsin drivers in 1959 and began their partnership with Mazda in 1978. Well, a whole lot has changed since then, but their decades-long tradition of delighting drivers proudly lives on. Connect with Holiday and join the celebration during their 65th anniversary sales event. Get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, and score enticing offers like finance rates as low as 0% on all-wheel drive favorites, including the Mazda CX-30 and off-road ready Mazda CX-50 turbo models. Be ready for driving season and experience Team Holiday's hospitality, genuine guest care, and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that makes loyal fans of drivers from all over the Badger State fans like me. I know from experience you'll be in terrific hands with Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer on your side. Treat yourself to a test drive. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
11 minutes after 7. What do you see on the roads, Deb?
Well, we're seeing a little bit of building volume around the area, but no major delays. We just have the backups a little bit through the stadium interchange on westbound 94. Westbound 894 also a little bit tight through that construction zone. So from about, I would say probably from about 27th Street through to about Forest Home. We've also got on a northbound side of the 794, just about at Car Ferry, the left lane is blocked with what they're calling an incident. I can't see exactly what it is, but if you're heading through that area, you might see a little bit of bunching as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, mostly cloudy, mild, and breezy. A chance for a few isolated showers in the evening. Highs in the mid-50s at the lakefront, near 60 far inland. Chance of showers, isolated thunderstorms tonight, low of around 50. Partly cloudy, windy, and warm for Saturday. An evening chance for showers and storms. Some storms could be on the strong to severe side. Highs in the upper 70s. Showers and storms likely on Sunday. Breezy, high of 61. Storm chance continues into Monday. Mostly cloudy and breezy with a high near 70. And mostly sunny for Tuesday with highs in the low 70s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 43 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Dude, the rat hole is gone. It's gone.
What do you mean gone?
It's not just filled in or fixed, it is gone.
Bye-bye, rat hole. You're going off to your new home somewhere else.
Come on.
Associated Press Chicago with the video. That's a woman in a second-story window observing the city of Chicago removing the entire block of concrete sidewalk where the rat hole once existed. They lifted it onto a truck and they took it away.
Why?
Well, first we should probably back up and explain what is the rat hole, right?
All right, fine.
It's kind of crazy how much this has blown up.
For weeks, the impression of a rat
I heard it was a squirrel.
or some other rodent splayed on a Roscoe Village sidewalk
I do think it's a squirrel, for sure.
has left a lasting impression.
We're on a date. I've been wanting to see the rat hole for a while.
So that was CBS 2 News in the Windy City reporting months ago as this thing had gone viral on social media and then began to attract throngs of visitors. It looked like a rat or something got caught in the wet concrete whenever they first laid this.
Yeah.
And then it stayed. The impression stayed, and people loved it. People were bringing offerings to the rat.
Like pour whiskey in the hole.
Right. There was like music sometimes. People got married there. Well, it's gone. It is gone. Erica Schrader, Chicago Department of Transportation, confirming the full square of sidewalk containing the rat hole has been removed. She said several squares actually were taken out after the agency deemed them damaged and in need of repair. Now, come on, Chicago. You fixed every other pothole. Right?
This was your biggest problem.
Right. Went right to the top of the list. This one, come on. Every sidewalk is fixed. So what should we do now? I guess.
If I don't know everything about DPW work, but I would assume if you're going to remove something, you get a jackhammer out and you bust it up into a million pieces. You throw it in the back of a truck and you haul it out of there. This one, you say they actually took the slab?
They lifted it up.
Okay,
the
now
whole
why?
slab.
Who's buying this? Like, where is this going?
So Paul Sejovic, he is the chief of staff for the aldermen of the district. First of all, aldermen have chief of staff. And isn't the common council in Chicago or city council, what do they call it, like 900 people?
They are fairly big.
God. Here's his quote. It was just a combination of the fact that the sidewalk was uneven and also that people would show up at various times of the day and night and make a lot of noise and create other issues and problems. Yeah, that's what it is. Old Sadjovic over there got tired of answering the phone.
It's so funny about this. Like, you should love this. Visit Chicago
Right.
should have rebranded with the rat hole picture, just like Visit Milwaukee changed its brand. Visit Chicago should have jumped on this. It's an organic thing that everyone loves.
Right. And it cost them $0.
Our producer, Sam Butson, who works in the afternoon, she said yesterday, oh, my friend was just there this weekend. Like, her friend went down to
Really?
see it.
Right. Yes. Went to see the rat hole. Visited Chicago exclusively because of this. You asked the important question, where is it? Chicago says it's preserved, that it's in temporary storage, and where it ends up will be a collaborative decision between city departments and the mayor's office. They're going to run it by the mayor. What do you want to do with the rat? My son, I texted him. He's been watching this. I texted him the article. He just wrote back, oh, yeah, that's going to get stolen.
Someone's going to
Somebody knows where it is right now. It's probably armed guard.
Bye-bye, rat hole. You're going off to your new home somewhere else.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Oh, man. I had to take my Mazda CX-30 in. Hi, everybody. Debbie Lazaga here for Hall Automotive. And it's true. I had to bring my baby in. But it's okay. It was just an oil change. Did I get you? No, my baby is still rolling along beautifully after owning it for a year now. I've had no concerns at all and bringing it into Hall for its oil change. And as usual, it went as smooth as glass. Jessica and the gang over there have everything under control. But hey, I've got to tell you, they don't just take care of Mazdas. They are one of the premier Volkswagen dealerships, too. In fact, Hall Automotive is celebrating Volkswagen's 75th anniversary, and they've got a ton to choose from with awesome anniversary deals like 0% APR on select models, even $3,000 incentives. And all you have to do is head over to Hall in Brookfield, and they'll take you through everything they've got to offer. Sales, service, even just answering your questions. It's Hall Automotive in Brookfield.
All Brewers games are on sale now. Coming up, a weekend showdown with the Yankees, Friday, April 26th through Sunday, the 28th. Start the series with Friday's hockey night. Then take home a limited edition Brewers City Connect Tumbler Cup at the game on Saturday, the 27th. Presented by Quick Trip. Don't miss out on a marquee weekend of baseball. Grab your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
What's going on the roads here, Deb?
A little bit of a backup right now, westbound through the stadium interchange. Just a quick tap of the brakes. Nothing hugely major. We do have volume picking up around the area, but really it's not too bad. The only real delay that we're seeing is through the construction zone that we've had for the last month. On westbound 894, basically from just about 27th Street all the way to 68th with that construction zone. Otherwise, we are looking good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik, Bilstad, and Vince Vitrano.
What's up, Packer Nation? This is your new offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan. Can't wait to get to Green Bay and get to work. Go, Pack, go.
Yes, Jordan Morgan. Go, Pack, go. The offensive lineman from Arizona who is now your newest Green Bay Packer. So where is he going to play, Brian Gutekunst?
I think he can play all four spots. I mean, we're fortunate enough that we've kind of we got a lot of guys in our group right now that can do that. And so I think we'll kind of let the best five kind of battle it out and see where that ends up.
Sounds like he'll end up as a guard at first, which is one of the inside linemen, then maybe be a tackle, maybe even play where David Bakhtiari once held. The good news is Morgan can't wait to be in Green Bay blocking for the franchise, number 10.
It's such an honor. I mean, I cannot wait to get out there and protect for him. I mean, that's what an offensive lineman is supposed to do, protect your quarterback, open holes for running back. And that's what I'm here to do.
So the Packers have 4 more picks tonight. So it's rounds 2 and 3 tonight from Detroit for the NFL draft. Packers have 4 picks. We'll get analysis, prediction, and all things NFL draft from ESPN Milwaukee's Mark Tauscher at 7:50.
And Brewers set to open a weekend series here. We got the Yankees in town in Milwaukee. Don't see that a lot. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold said expects a lot of Yankees fans at American Family Field.
They always draw well on the road, you know, wherever they are, and that's okay. I mean, look, it brings fans to our ballpark, and you know, it should be a fun experience here because we don't get to play them very often, and they're a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Matty Arnold joins us every Thursday morning on Brewers 360 here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers get a split in the series with the Pirates. They won the second 2. 6:32. Back and forth ball game Thursday afternoon. The crew just kept coming.
High fly ball out to right. Back is Reynolds at the track. Wall gone. El Kraken gives the Brewers the lead in the top of the 8th inning.
Lane Grindle on the call right here on WTMJ. I did not know that.
I knew you were going to
release the Kraken.
Yeah.
I knew. As soon as I heard it, I knew you'd be all in.
I did not know Sanchez's nickname was El Kraken.
I'm going to release the Kraken.
Okay, that is awesome. Brewers 7-5 winners Thursday. We go 5-2 on the road trip. Yankees tonight in a 7-10 first pitch. And for the appetizer, oh, by the way, we have Bucks playoff basketball for you. This will be Game 3 of the opening series. Tip time 4:30 in Indianapolis, 4 o'clock pregame here on WTMJ.
Hot dog, get your hot dogs here. Hot and fresh hot dogs.
Hot diggity dog, it's baseball season. Wisconsin's Afternoon News has partnered up with Vienna Beef to bring you Brewers Ticket Tuesday.
Tune in every Tuesday during the 3 o'clock hour for your chance to win a pair of tickets for an upcoming Tuesday home game for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Nothing says summer like a hot dog in baseball, and we've got both on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
On the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Just in to see the docs at Connect Cairo this week. Dr. Olivia, she was doing the adjustments this time. She's got such a great story. She's been receiving herself chiropractic care since she was a child. An important part of her personal health care, and that inspired her to enter the field. You want to learn more about chiropractic care for children? Connect Chiropractic is hosting a workshop at the office in Wauwatosa, and this one's going to be focused on the family and issues especially with children, ADHD, tummy troubles, difficulty sleeping. I've talked with my fellow patients there at Connect Chiropractic who've brought their children in to address these problems, and they've seen dramatic improvement. Isn't it at least worth a try? If you've got kids who are struggling with any of these issues, isn't it at least worth a try? Workshop to learn more about it coming up May 22nd at the office in Wauwatosa. Sign up now at Go Connect Cairo. That's goconnectcairo.com.
We love the game because anything can happen. There's no sure thing.
How did that go in?
Every play,
Oh, my goodness!
every shot,
Are you kidding me?
every swing is a risk if you bet.
I can't believe that just happened!
There's no easy money. There's no luck. And no one wins all the time. If you bet, bet responsibly and always set a limit. Learn more at responsibleplay.org.
$1, just $1 over cost, and you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. Available at all 5 Griffin stores. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Traffic is sponsored by the all-new Burghardt Sporting Goods.
The all-new Burghardt Sporting Goods, the Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center in New Berlin and Fox Point.
Mostly cloudy today, mild and breezy with a chance of isolated showers this afternoon and a high of 60 degrees. Tonight's low down to 50 with a chance of isolated thunderstorms. And then Saturday, chance of showers and storms. Some strong storms are possible with a high of 78. 43 in Milwaukee. At 7:25 on this Friday morning. Later this morning, former President Trump's criminal trial in New York City is set to begin as Trump was planning his first campaign event since the trial began here in Wisconsin. So this as we await the U.S. Supreme Court issuing a ruling on the former president's claims to absolute immunity as it pertains, in this particular case, to the January 6th prosecution. That's in Washington. You want to do that first, D?
You want to do Washington first?
Yeah, sure. Do Washington first. Just get us up to speed on where the Supreme Court is.
So the Supreme Court heard from President Trump's lawyers about absolute immunity from prosecution as he faces charges from the January 6th insurrection and the overturn of the 2020 election. What's being discussed is whether or not the president can make official acts like that in the end the court would deem immutable. Immunity-able, is that a word? We'll allow it.
It's clear that at the end of the day here, the justices, majority of them want presidents to have some protection from prosecution, but not as much as Trump wants. And that likely means a complicated opinion, more litigation in the lower courts, and an almost certain delay of any trial in this case until after the November election.
That's ABC's Terry Moran. So he is predicting that, just given from what they heard yesterday, that the likelihood of anything being decided or ultimately tried before the November election is extremely low. And basically, it's like they cite an example from President Obama. Obama had a decision to kill an American citizen who was in Yemen working for Al-Qaeda. And then they also cited W with the whole situation with Iraq and whether or not those two could be charged for making presidential decisions that were at the time as part of the country's decisions to move forward in foreign relations.
Another interesting thing that I picked up on, so former President Trump in his ongoing trial in New York, there's also this issue over the gag order that the judge has issued and whether Trump has violated that. They scheduled a hearing initially for Wednesday, when they're supposed to be off in court. And the former president is planning to come here to Wisconsin. We talked with Peter Haralambos of ABC News earlier today. He said actually there was some activity on that in court, and it appears they've moved that to Thursday now, and the president will be able to commit to. I have to go to Wisconsin. They're waiting for me in Wisconsin.
At the Expo Center.
Yes. So it appears that will not conflict with the president's plans to campaign here in Wisconsin next week. News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 375 points to 38,086 in trading on Thursday. The NASDAQ closed at 15,612. That was off 100. The S&P 500 at 5048. That dropped 23 points. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the Get Started button now.
A Friday fish fry is a great Wisconsin and family tradition. I recommend the fish fry at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. It's all you care to eat, and it's one of the best. All other dinners this weekend are buy one, get one free, including the pan-fried walleye, the pecan-crusted salmon, any seafood, steak and lobster, prime rib on Saturday, buy one, get one free. Desserts and that huge ice cream drink selection, buy one, get one free. I love it all. After a long week, relax with a hand-muddled old-fashioned. 20 bourbons and 100 wines in one of the 8 elegant dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the historic Holy Hill Shrine. The Spring Drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest is a Wisconsin must-see. And you'll love the award-winning all-you-care-to-eat Sunday brunch. Delicious. Step away from your kitchen. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Enjoy a cocktail and a free dinner this weekend. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Each day there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely, and you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back. But it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you tires and batteries, trust and care, because we get you. So get out on the road and stay safe with quality automotive parts and service at unbeatable prices. Like $100 instant savings when you buy 4 Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Uniroyal tires. Save on select Kurt swivel jacks, $59.99. 10% off all Carlstar lawn and garden and trailer tires. Plus, doorbusters, like $100 off a 40-gallon Reliance water heater. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin State Fair. Wisconsin State Fair has $12 group tickets on sale now. Hurry, the sale ends April 30th. Visit wistatefair.com to save big for group tickets.
At 7:30, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Friday, April 26th. Our top story, severe weather in the forecast for the weekend.
I'm Erik. Bilstad. Clashes as campuses are cleared.
I'm Debbie Lazago. Westbound on 894. Going to be the slow spot today, heading out of the Mitchell Interchange all the way towards Forest Home. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to be heading through there. Also, off the not off the freeway, but by way of something to talk about, we have an issue in Oshkosh proper. Northbound 41 is pretty much at a standstill right about at Highway 21. So if you are in that neck of the woods, be prepared for a pretty heavy-duty backup as you're making your way through that area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
So for today, mostly cloudy skies, mild and breezy with a chance this afternoon of isolated showers. High of 60 degrees, 55 at the lake. And then for tonight, chance of isolated thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy, breezy, low down to 50. Right now at 43 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, things may get a little bit more interesting this weekend with warm air and humidity coming into southeast Wisconsin. There is the chance for some severe thunderstorms Saturday into early Sunday. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says that's the biggest threat Saturday evening, but don't rule out the possibility of a thunderstorm, severe perhaps in nature, popping up earlier on Saturday.
If we do get a pop-up storm in the heat of the afternoon, which our models cannot capture, that's random. It's a random chance. They will be taking advantage of an atmosphere that is primed for severe weather.
Complete WTMJ 5-day forecast at 7:40.
Rubber bullets heard being used at Emory University as there's chaos and arrests on several campuses across the country from pro-Palestinian protests that continue to take place. As these protests continue across the country, Marquette University President Michael Lovell tells WTMJ he believes the reason similar actions haven't taken place at colleges in Wisconsin is due to an emphasis on engaging in the civil discourse.
I'm very proud that with all the conflict going on in Gaza with Israel and Palestine, that we haven't seen, that violence come to our campus. And I do believe it's because we really stress finding common ground with people that are different than you.
UW-Madison Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin voicing her support of students' right to assemble earlier this week, but she said so long as those actions stay within limits and rules.
As the trial continues in New York City, ABC's Peter Haralambou is telling Wisconsin's Morning News a hearing related to former President Donald Trump's gag order was originally in danger of conflicting with his planned visit to Waukesha Wednesday. Now it seems his schedule is in the clear.
There was a bit of a scheduling conflict at first, but the judge appears to have moved that hearing on the gag order from Wednesday, as it was originally planned, over to Thursday. It's unclear who raised the concern first, but it looks like Trump might be in the clear at the moment.
He is expected to speak at the Waukesha County Expo Center Wednesday at 2 p.m.
Saturday is National Drug Take-Back Day. Wisconsinites can find more than 100 drop-off sites across the state to dispose of unused or unwanted medication. There are more than 10 locations in Milwaukee participating, including most police departments and the Milwaukee VA.
Pizza Man may be returning to Milwaukee. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, there's a permit to install 2 exterior Pizza Man signs at its former East Side location. Now, not the spot where it burned down, but this would be the location that it moved to later on Downer Avenue. That space had been vacant since Pizza Man left in 2023.
Coming up, Giselle breaks down.
Sounding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Family Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data, and you get to choose who joins your family plan starting as low as $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It can be family or people you like.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for family plan starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain. But that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
Why is abbreviation such a long word? You'd think someone could make it shorter.
You mean like instead of saying buy one, get one, you can just say BOGO.
Yeah, kinda.
Through Monday at Hasselus Mattress, buy a new Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Beauty Rest mattress, and we'll give you a free box spring or an equal amount off an adjustable base.
Or, in other words,
BOGO.
You're a man of few words. I like that.
Find a self-service showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
Hey there, Erik Bilstad for Tri-County Contracting. It's your go-to company. You know the ones for the worry-free roof tune-up. They extend the life of your roof. But not only that, Tri-County Contracting does offer an exclusive 1110 program. What it means is after roofing your house, Chuck and the crew will offer 11 inspections over 10 years for free. Routine maintenance for a decade for free. Learn more about the 1110 program on their website, tricountycontractingwi.com. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Brewers 360 coming your way at 7:45. Got the Yankees in town, and we'll get Mark Tauscher's take on the Packers' first-round draft pick coming up at 7:50.
Making the news this morning is Gisele Bündchen. Remember her, the model who has divorced her husband, Tom Brady.
Why am I seeing her all over TV today? What's going on?
She loses her mind. I shouldn't, and I don't mean that in a negative way. She just gets so she's so fed up with paparazzi chasing her. She got pulled over by police, and she tells the officer, like, "Look, these guys will not leave me alone."
Nothing protects me. I can't do nothing. I just want to live my life.
She breaks down to the officer because she's so tired of these people trying. She goes, "This guy keeps stalking me." And what do you do when you're in these positions? Sometimes I think we forget that a lot of these celebrities who, by the way, she's not even in the news really anymore, but still get stalked.
And the officer is trying to explain to her, I think he gave her a pass on whatever violation that she was pulled over. And he said, that's fine, I'll do you that courtesy, but I can't stop these guys from
you need to file a
driving
report.
around.
Right.
Right now what they're doing is they're driving around and they're taking pictures, which they're allowed to do.
Fascinating to me, though.
Feel for her.
Sometimes you forget that being chased all the time, with these people that are yelling at you. We had that story with Alec Baldwin kind of getting yelled at by somebody. And again, say what you want about Alec Baldwin, but eventually you're gonna snap and you're gonna break down.
When someone's in your face screaming at you
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
She at least one of her kids was in the car too.
Yeah, which is unfortunate
sad
to see that too. Yeah, so unfortunate news, Gisele Bündchen. You're going to see it if you haven't already all over the timeline and on the news today.
News is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk. That's heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
Good news, bad news. The good news, inflation today is nothing like it's been in the past few years. The bad news, lower inflation doesn't mean lower prices. Inflation only records the size of price increases. When it goes down, prices are still higher than they were before. In fact, a recent study showed investors still consider inflation their single biggest threat to their investment and retirement plans. We don't blame you if you're concerned about how inflation might affect your legacy, your financial freedom, or your confidence. It's time to meet with the team at Annex Wealth Management for investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. Annex is a fee-only fiduciary. We'll review what you own. We'll work together to build a plan that's right for you and your family. And we'll guide you on your way to achieving the kind of retirement you desire. Whatever's kickstarting your questions, market volatility, global unrest, an upcoming presidential election, or stubborn inflation, it's time to know the difference. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Nelnet Incorporated has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Facilities Coordinator Sunday Heidemann, local and partner ring true for you. Why?
They become your friend. They are easy to work with. You get to know them on a personal level, and they're very outgoing.
James Imaging Systems, helping local businesses do business better.
Being a partner, we can collaborate with each other, and we can make the best needs and outcome for our company.
James Imaging Systems, better technology, great people.
Makes my job so much easier that I can contact the people that know the machines, and I know I'm going to be taken care of.
Sunday, anything to say about James Imaging Systems to others?
They're a great team to work with.
Document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
20 minutes before 8 o'clock. Debbie, a couple of people texting about the situation in the Fox Valley.
Yeah, evidently it is an accident in Oshkosh. We have
they really wanted you to know about it.
Really exceptionally wanted me to know about it. From what I can see on the cameras there, it is on southbound 41, just about at 9th Street. They did have the right lane blocked. That actually has been cleared already. So I'm looking at All 3 lanes going through there now. So if you are running into those delays, they are working themselves out. So just take a deep breath and everything will be fine. Other than that, we've got just your usual backups right now. Westbound 94 from just before 27th Street all the way through the stadium. Southbound on 43 from Hampton Avenue down past Capitol. Northbound's a little slow right around the North Avenue curve up to Keefe. Then, of course, we've got our delays with the construction zone on 894 westbound from 27th Street to about 68th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly cloudy, mild and breezy. Isolated evening showers possible. Highs in the mid-50s at the lakefront near 60 farther inland. A chance for showers, isolated thunderstorms tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy, low of around 50. It is partly cloudy, windy and warm for most of Saturday. Then we'll look for an evening chance for showers and thunderstorms. Some storms could be on the stronger side. Highs in the upper 70s. Showers and storms likely on Sunday, a high of 61. We'll hold on to a morning chance for some showers and storms on Monday. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and breezy with a high near 70. Then mostly sunny by Tuesday with highs in the low 70s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee temp still at 43. At 7:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We're going to do it again just after 8 o'clock here. Eric's put together a phenomenal retrospective on something that happened 3 decades ago. But if you were around then and paying attention to the news, there's no way you don't remember this.
Had it not been for the OJ trial, this would have been the trial of the country at that moment. The Oswald trial, the shooting from Ted and James Oswald, remember those names, in Waukesha County, the shooting spree, the crime spree, was 30 years ago this Sunday.
These were some bad dudes.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And then one of the reasons it got so much publicity is because Channel 12 was there in the midst of this shootout, hostage situation, van crashing into a tree. It's some of the most extraordinary TV news video you've ever seen.
So you can, if you'd like to catch some of it, we heard from some of the key players that were there that day. Just text the word Oswald to the WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Much more coming up at 8:10 this morning.
The godfather of Racine, former Milwaukee Brewer and now Brewers broadcaster Vinny Rotino is our guest next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited turns yards into patios and decks, fire pits, pavers, retaining walls, even screen rooms, outdoor kitchens, and swimming pools. Come see it all at the unique Outside In Gerke's Corner showroom they share with Siding Unlimited at their open house tomorrow from 8 to 1. Bring your ideas, motivation, and questions to the product reps at the open house and meet the Outdoor Living Unlimited team. Check sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com and then get to the open house tomorrow from 8 to 1.
Spring into savings this month at Heiser Automotive. It's the perfect time to upgrade into a new or used vehicle, and just in time to enjoy the warmer weather. Your satisfaction is our #1 priority. Our team will assist throughout the process to help you make the best decision. Plus, as an added thank you, you'll receive our exclusive Safe and Sound program. This includes the Vehicle Exchange Program, Roadside Assistance for Life, and much more. See all details at Heiser.com. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
The draft will roll on today, so the Green Bay Packers have selected their guy, at least for the first round. It's a man named Jordan Morgan. He plays the line on the offensive side.
This is your new offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan. Can't wait to get to Green Bay and get to work. Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, we'll get more from Mark Tauscher coming up at 7:50. The Packers have 4 picks tonight in rounds 2 and 3.
Bucks have a 4:30 this afternoon tip in round 1 of the playoffs here. It'll be game 3 in that. They are in Indianapolis, and the Brewers welcome the Yankees to American Family Field tonight. Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What is happening?
He's fine with it. It's good. Joining us now is former Milwaukee Brewer turned broadcaster, always the godfather of Racine, Vinny Rotino. Morning, Vinny.
Hey, Erik and Vince, what's going on? I love this intro.
Great.
I'm just gonna when I get up in the morning, I'm just gonna play it in the morning for my whole family.
You don't usually?
Great.
Right.
No, but I should.
Hey, I do want to talk to you about the Yankees in a bit, but also just something that might be that your perspective would really interest me. Owen Miller got a call back up. He's a young guy from Mequon originally. Got a call back up to the bigs here over this last road trip, and an opportunity to contribute to the hometown club, an experience that you had as well as a player. Do you have you had a chance to talk with Owen about that and kind of go back and forth over your similar experiences?
Yeah, I talked to him in spring training quite a bit this year. He was a player who grew up playing with the travel ball program around here with Racine hitters. I mean, so he was pretty much in my backyard training and going on the travel ball circuit with that program. And they've just done a phenomenal job. And that's the same program that has developed Gavin Lux, same program that has developed Owen's little brother, Noah Miller, who is in the minor league system now with the Dodgers. So, yeah, there's great baseball around here. Owen Miller is one of those products, and it's not easy to come up and play for your hometown team. He's done a nice job with the opportunity that he has been given for the Brewers. Just because you grow up idolizing the team and the players that are on the team, and all of a sudden you're playing in front of the fans and you're expected, right, to come through and have these big moments. And he's had some. It's really been cool for him.
So the Yankees are in town this weekend. Obviously, that doesn't happen very often, so it changes the complexities a little bit of the games. Do players get caught up in that at all? Like when the Angels were here last year with Shohei Ohtani, or with the Yankees in town now, is there extra juice, or is it just another series?
No, you definitely feel it, because there's, the fans come out to see the Yankees. There's probably, Yankee fans, just like Packer fans everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And so they come out and see the Yankees. And so, yeah, you feel that as a player. You feel that last year when fans came out to take a look at Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani when the Angels came into town. So, yeah, you're definitely going to see a little bit more energy in the dugouts, on the field, I think, and then, of course, in the stands. So it's going to be a fun series.
I'm talking with Vinny Rotino of the Milwaukee Brewers and the Brewers broadcast team, Racine native. So, Vinny, on the Yankees, oh, by the way, also, they continue to lead the American League East. So is this World Series preview? Or,
Yes.
I know I'm way out ahead of my skis here, but not for nothing. This is a good ball club coming here too.
It is, and the Brewers are no slouches themselves. Just the way that they've been playing baseball right now, second best record in the NL. But yeah, the Yankees look tough. They were very bad last year. They had just a slew of injuries. Right now, they're kind of getting lucky with not having a ton of injuries. Carlos Rodon, you're going to see him in Game 2. He's a tough left-handed pitcher. He's been hurt basically his entire career. He's not hurt right now, so he's healthy, throwing well. Marcus Stroman, we've seen him from the Cubs. He'll throw Game 3. Their pitching has been really good. So let's see if the Brewers' bats can come alive against this really good pitching staff for the Yankees. But, yeah, it's going to be a really fun series. And like you said, the juices will be flowing here to try and beat the New York Yankees.
Also did not know Sanchez's nickname was El Kraken.
He's the Kraken. Well, it's El Gary or the Kraken. So,
yes, Spanish for the Kraken.
He looks like he could get drafted today by the Packers too. I mean, he's a huge guy.
It may happen. Who knows?
Right. Packers do have 4 picks coming up today. Vinny Rotino, the Milwaukee Brewers broadcast team. Thanks, my friend.
Anytime, guys. Thanks.
Mark Tauscher joins us next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, pay 0 interest for 12 months and get a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Okay, I'm ready to record my jewelry store's new radio spot. I got a great script that really goes after Diamonds Direct and how they're nothing special and how we can match their price. Great stuff.
Oh, great. We have this new technology that bleeps out any false claims, so it saves us time with editing. So you can start anytime.
Okay, here goes. When you visit our jewelry store, we'll guarantee direct. Our diamonds come straight. We have cutters and... Hey, what the...
The
hard truth is that other jewelry stores simply can't do what Diamonds Direct can. Diamonds Direct has special relationships with De Beers, international connections, and virtually unlimited buying power. The result is true direct importer pricing, exceptional quality, and up to 30 times the diamond selection you find at other stores.
I can't believe this thing won't let me say.
Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Get more truth at diamondsdirect.com.
Grilling just got tastier this week at Sendik's. Natural USDA prime Black Angus top sirloin steaks are just $7.99 per pound. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here, 9 minutes before 8 o'clock.
All right, southbound on 43, backing up from Hampton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side is going to be heavy from Fond du Lac up to Keefe. On westbound 894, we're seeing delays from about 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's just going to be tight right through the stadium. And then on 894 westbound through the construction zone from about 25th Street all the way through to about 68th. Is going to be slow. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic was sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. As for the Storm Team forecast, that's brought to you by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. So you're going to want to keep an eye on the weather today, tomorrow, and Sunday as well. We've got a chance of isolated showers this afternoon and a high of 60 degrees. Tonight, that chance of rain activity is isolated thunderstorms and a low down to 50. Saturday, start of the day looks okay, partly cloudy, windy, and warm. Afternoon, we bring in a chance for showers and storms. Some of those storms could be on the strong side. And Sunday, showers and storms likely. Breezy high of 61 degrees. Right now, 43 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
I think it's an absolutely terrible idea.
Innovator.
I think everybody is selling pies and cookie dough and water softener to try to make ends meet so that these teams can play.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
There's a lot of other stuff that I think the WI could take a look at. I think NIL is a horrible idea when it comes to high school athletics.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
With the 25th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL Draft select Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Kohler Services. All right, Tosh, I've said before, they could have drafted a middle schooler from Butte, Montana last night, and I think, great pick. Got a nice first, this kid, right? So you tell us, good pick?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody was so excited, I guess, because Cooper DeJean, who is the corner safety, a kind of all-around guy that in a position that I think everybody that is a Packer fan is looking at. Oh, this would be great. So they passed on him, and it shouldn't be a big surprise because I think we've seen this movie before, and the Green Bay Packers value athletic offensive linemen, and it is, I think, a lot harder to find really good offensive linemen later than it is earlier. So I think there's positions in need that Green Bay has. And while he wasn't on a bunch of people's mock drafts, I think he's one of those guys that he moves well. He's been, he's kind of been through it a little bit. And I think he's going to be somebody that's going to be immediately up for one of these positions. He's going to be one of the top five and pushing to play. And when you have Jordan Love just getting into the peak of his career and you're going to be paying him bonko dollars, the most important thing, you can have wideouts, you can have a running back, you better have a group up front that can solidify it. I told you guys yesterday that, when he took that big jump, it was not just Jordan Love. It's the group up front was playing a lot better. And I think the Packers value that. They continue to invest in it. And last night was just another in the line of that thinking.
Tausch was able to catch a little bit of the coverage last night when they started the draft at like 7 o'clock, and they're showing these amazing shots of the city of Detroit where it was being held this year, and they're showing these sweeping camera, on whether they're drones or whatnot, boom cameras, showing the thousands and thousands and thousands of fans, most of them Lions fans. And the thing I kept thinking was, where are they going to put all these people next year?
Yeah. I was kind of wondering that too, and I think they said 250,000 people were up last night, just for the first night. And typically, obviously, there's all the excitement on a Thursday because it's the first round, but actually Friday and Saturday is even more stuff going on, I think. So I'm really excited. I don't know. To answer your question, I think obviously the Titletown district, you have a lot of open green space. You have the Resch Center and all of that, but it's an awesome visual. But I think as you're the Green Bay Packers and you fight to get the draft, you get it. It's coming to Green Bay. Everybody's excited. And now I'm sure there's what the heck are we going to get ourselves into when we have this monster party? But I'm sure everybody will figure it out. The NFL takes a hold of it, and they wouldn't have brought it to Green Bay if they didn't think you could do it. But, man, you saw that visual in Detroit last night. It looks awesome, and I cannot wait to see how Green Bay and the NFL handle it because it'll be great for the entire Fox Valley.
Hey, Tausch, last thing for you quick is the landscape of the NFC North really changed dramatically yesterday. You had the Bears taking a quarterback. The Vikings took a quarterback. I didn't even see who the Lions took, but this could be the premier division to watch this upcoming season.
Yeah, I think it is. And, Detroit and Green Bay obviously had really great seasons last year, and they're building off of it. And now you're looking, the Bears and Vikings are saying, if we don't get that guy, we're not going to be able to compete in this division. This division has gotten better and better. So the Bears, I think, we don't like complimenting the Bears. They obviously, if their quarterback is going to be as good as they hope, they went and got the big wideout. And obviously Minnesota's group, they have talent everywhere. They were wondering if they had a quarterback. They didn't have to make as many big moves to go. Is this kid going to be any good? There's a lot of intrigue and a lot of drama. It's going to make for one heck of a fun season in the NFC North.
All right, we'll wrap it all up next week. Thanks, Tausch.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, Packers have 4 more picks today alone in these next 2 rounds. See how that turns out. 7:58, Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Third Space Brewing plans to sell THC-infused beverages across Wisconsin starting May 6th. The Milwaukee-based craft brewery plans to distribute the products statewide to bars, restaurants, liquor stores, grocery stores, and gas stations. The Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association denies a constitutional amendment that would have allowed the state's high school athletes opportunities to broker deals surrounding their name, image, and likeness. The WIAA voted against the measure during its annual meeting on Wednesday. Educators Credit Union prepares to break ground on construction of a new $17 million headquarters building in Mount Pleasant. The new 3-story headquarters is expected to be completed in May or June of 2025. I'm Linda Spice with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi for the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Walk-in tubs, replacement showers, tub-to-shower conversions, and so much more. Every unit is custom built. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
At the Bath Authority.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know what this condition is doing to you.
And it was scary because I found out that I was waking up 145 times an hour. 145 times. I was scared. I wasn't getting the sleep I needed.
And that's the thing. Someone like John wakes up after thinking he's slept all night, and he's been feeling run down for years, and finally finds out something really is wrong. This is why, for us, solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying, because we really are changing lives.
I've had more energy. I'm getting better sleep. I've been told from my wife I don't snore, but honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. Solving your breathing triangle problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
You can't beat Bernhardt. New Berlin and Fox Point.
Lillard ushers it across the timeline. Still on the dribble. Draws the contact. Puts the shot up and hits it with a foul.
The Bucks are heading to Indy to break the 1-1 tie. Game 3 of round 1 against the Pacers begins today at 4 on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
8:01, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Friday, April 26th. Our top story, multiple rounds of heavy rain, thunderstorms set for this weekend.
I'm Erik Bilstad, back to court for the former Prez.
I'm Debbie Loziga, southbound on 43, backing up from Hampton Avenue all the way down past Keefe. Northbound slowing down from before Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. Westbound on 94, slowing from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The rest of the area not looking too bad other than that usual delay on 894 westbound. Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 60 degrees today and are mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, the chance for isolated showers, and then tonight, the chance for showers and isolated thunderstorms with a low down to 50. Right now, 43 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, chance for strong to severe thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. In particular, Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson.
That's where we have to watch out for some strong and severe storms for more of the area. And we could have some wind gusts on the order of 40 to 45 miles per hour. We get later overnight, that severe threat does go down a bit.
Johnson saying the strong winds and large hail are the biggest threats to be associated with these storms. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast through the morning here.
Former President Donald Trump back in court in Manhattan today. It follows historic Supreme Court arguments with the 9 justices poised to decide if Trump has absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts while he was in office at the White House. More from CBS News' Jared Hill.
Justices on the U.S. Supreme Court seem poised to reject Trump's claims of absolute immunity.
If there's no threat of criminal prosecution, what prevents the president from just doing whatever he wants?
Trump is the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges. Yesterday's historic high court arguments stem from special counsel Jack Smith's case, charging Trump with plotting to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election.
Whatever we decide is going to apply to all future presidents.
If the court decides to send the issue back to the lower courts, which have previously rejected Trump's immunity claims, the election interference trial could be delayed until after the November election.
Wisconsin, former President Donald Trump is planning a visit next week, Wednesday. He is planning to visit Waukesha. Chief political reporter Charles Benson on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
All politicians need to lay out a case on where they want to take the country for the next 4 years. People will have that comparison of the last 4 years compared to Donald Trump's 4 years. But both Joe Biden and Donald Trump can't talk about the past. They have to talk about the future.
Former president scheduled to deliver remarks at the Waukesha County Expo Center Wednesday at 2.
The future for employees stuck under the thumb of a non-compete is bright, according to one Wisconsin employment attorney.
Before the FTC ruled to ban non-competes for the vast majority of workers 117 days from now, the agency took comments.
The FTC got 26,000 comments on their proposed rule. 25,000 were in favor of a ban.
Employment attorney Larry Johnson believes the ban will help doctors.
Physicians in rural Wisconsin, where there's only one hospital, if you want to set up your own practice, you can't do it. You can't serve your patients because of this non-compete agreement.
Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
Johnson thinks the issue will ultimately land before the Supreme Court.
Packers had the 25th overall selection in the draft. They've got 4 more picks tonight as the draft continues. With the first pick, they took an offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan, from the University of Arizona.
6'5", 325 pounds. Morgan becomes the first offensive lineman selected by the Packers in the first round since Derek Sherrod in 2011.
Man, my heart stopped. It was just everything froze, and then I got that call.
Morgan tore his ACL toward the end of the 2022 season, but returned for the 2023 season to earn all Pac-12 honors.
Just getting back on the field was the most important thing for me, so just grinding it out every day was something that I attacked.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ Sports.
Coming up, a retrial for the face of the Me Too movement.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
Doesn't it seem like you never have anything to wear? That's why I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Whether it's a designer top, jeans, an adorable skirt, or cute accessories, I always seem to find something I like. And at prices I love. Gently used women's clothing and accessories for far less than you thought possible. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
SemperFiRoofing.com.
Your ticket to State Fair Fun is just $13. This unbeatable price ends April 30th. Don't let summer vibes pass you by. Get your tickets now at WIStateFair.com. It's time to feel good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
A retrial coming after Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction was overturned by a New York appeals court Thursday.
New York prosecutors say they plan to take up the case again, and that means Weinstein's accusers might have to retell their stories on the stand.
Courtrooms are not healing spaces. They're traumatizing spaces.
Actress Ashley Judd helped launch the case against Weinstein. She told CBS Mornings,
Victims should not have to perform their trauma in order to find peace.
She says what will give them satisfaction and peace
is when men stop raping women. Period.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Today, if you did not know, is Arbor Day, and Wisconsin has an ambitious goal to plant trees.
In 2021, Wisconsin set a goal of planting 75 million trees and conserving 125,000 acres of forest land by the year 2030. Governor Tony Evers announcing during Earth Week,
we're over halfway to our forest land conservation goals, and we are more than 40% to our tree planting goal.
It's all part of the Trillion Trees Pledge, an effort to conserve, restore, and grow 1 trillion trees across the globe by 2030. Governor Evers says he's now increasing Wisconsin's goal to 100 million trees. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
So then he can...
We fix the damn roads.
Plant the damn trees. Fix the damn...
We fix the damn roads.
Plant the damn trees. What else do they want from me? I planted 1 trillion trees.
We fix the damn roads.
Go ahead. If you don't start, I'm going to keep
All
playing
right, trade your out-of-use bicycles now for a ferry ticket. So they do this every year. The Lake Express Ferry hosting its annual bike drive today. So they're accepting donations of gently used bicycles to benefit 16th Street Community Health Centers and Dream Bikes. So the first 500 donors today will receive a complimentary round-trip passenger ticket for the ferry. They've been doing this since 2010. Lake Express has now collected more than 8,000 bicycles, so that's cool.
And that's a good deal for donors because it's not a cheap trip.
No, it's not. The bike drive runs from 8 until noon today at the Lake Express Terminal on Lincoln Memorial Drive.
We fix the damn roads.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft Greystone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft Greystone from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. Holiday first opened its doors to Wisconsin drivers in 1959 and began their partnership with Mazda in 1978. Well, a whole lot has changed since then, but their decades-long tradition of delighting drivers proudly lives on. Connect with Holiday and join the celebration during their 65th anniversary sales event. Get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, and score enticing offers like finance rates as low as 0% on all-wheel drive favorites, including the Mazda CX-30 and off-road ready Mazda CX-50 turbo models. Be ready for driving season and experience Team Holiday's hospitality, genuine guest care, and simplified buying approach. It's the stuff that makes loyal fans of drivers from all over the Badger State fans like me. I know from experience you'll be in terrific hands with Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer on your side. Treat yourself to a test drive. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Social Security benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Unable to work due to health problems? Let Tayback help you get approved for the Social Security benefits you're entitled to. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
12 minutes after 8 on Wisconsin's Morning News. What's happening on the roads, Deb?
Well, got some backups on northbound 43 from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keep. The southbound side is going to be a bit tight right past Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, watch for delays starting at 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Heading out west into Waukesha County, you are looking good. No other issues there. 894 westbound going to be slow out of the Mitchell all the way to 68th Street. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Chance of isolated showers this afternoon. Tonight, chance of isolated thunderstorms. Today's high 60 degrees, a low down to 50 tonight. Right now, 45 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:13 on Wisconsin's Morning News. So glad you're with us on this Friday morning. Stream it on the YouTubes if you like. WTMJ.com, WTMJ mobile app. If you want to watch the radio, just click the Watch Now button. And reminding you to a lot of good stuff on the podcast page. You can find Wisconsin's Morning News anywhere you get your podcast. So if you get up a little bit later, but you still want to hear the 6 o'clock, right? Just click on that. Just watch, listen a little bit behind like the real time.
And sometimes we can tell when someone's doing that because they'll text us about something.
Like, that was an hour ago.
Or it was from yesterday.
Hey, no worries. When I came to TMJ4E, I remember one of the legends of Susan Kim, and she has many legendary moments.
Sure.
But I remember one of the things that not only she, but other folks who worked with us would talk about was Susan's first big assignment was covering the Oswald trial.
No kidding.
Yeah. And she worked with, you remember Greg Best over there, right? GB, and he always, I covered that trial. we were running around the Waukesha courthouse covering the Oswald trial, and it was like a big, big deal.
All the stations had headquarters there at the county courthouse for that. And remember they had to get the jury from, La Crosse or whatnot because of that? The Oswald crime spree, this happened in Waukesha County. Ted and James Oswald remain in custody, remain serving life in prison terms for this crime spree that led to the death of Waukesha Police Captain James Lutz. The reason we bring it up is because Sunday marks 30 years since that infamous van busting out of the garage, riding through hundreds of rounds, being shot by the Oswald father and son duo, and then ultimately that van crashing into that tree, all caught on tape by Channel 12 photographer Bob Vermiglio. And Renee Riddle was there. She's a reporter back then, and others were there as well when that all actually happened. So what we wanted to do is take a look back at that day, 30 years ago Sunday. This is through the eyes of 3 separate people who all played a role on that day.
I did not know when I was leaving the newsroom that I would end up being in the middle of a shootout that day, but that's exactly what happened.
911, we just got robbed. This is Angie calling from Bank One in Wales.
I'm Renee Riddle. Back in 1994, I was a TV news reporter for Channel 12 News. I was one of the few people that was in the newsroom at that early hour when we got call of an officer down in Waukesha County.
Officer down, shots fired at the police.
My name is Stephen Peterson.
I was assigned to the Detective Bureau with the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department, and we were conducting surveillance on a location that we were potentially going to execute a search warrant.
I was District Attorney Paul Booker. I was sitting in a circuit court handling calendar call, nothing special, and my deputy DA, Michael Bundy at the time, came up to me, and I knew something wasn't good, and he whispered in my ear, and I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, he was shot and killed." I'm like, "Oh my God." So I ran downstairs, and off we went.
I'm hearing clearly radio traffic that indicated to me that something serious was going on. I didn't know what it was.
The assignment editor at the time just saw me, saw the first photographer, and said, "You and Bobby hit the road." And so Bobby and I just followed the action. It was obvious that this was a hot pursuit.
Every 15 seconds, there was a new report. A high-speed pursuit, stolen car, abandoned down the road. They were on foot, hijacked another car at Interstate Printing. I remember all these places.
I heard someone jump on the air and just said, "Call out SWAT, call out SWAT."
They were escaping the scene of the crime where they had executed Captain James Lutz.
The first place we went was where Captain Lutz was executed on Waukesha and Woodridge Lane there. And I remember looking in the car. I saw Jim, who was just in my office, actually. He came in to talk to me about a case. He was not happy with my decision. In this case, I saw him holding a shotgun in his hand, and his foot was on the brake. His lights were activated. Car was running, and I won't get into gruesome detail, but it'll be seared in my brain forever.
At this point, I have no idea that there's been a bank robbery, shooting, and killing of a City of Waukesha police officer. I have no idea of that. I just know that it sounds like there's some type of a hostage situation going on Oak Street.
Bobby and I just followed the action, and that took us to a park in Waukesha County, Oak Park.
Clearly, additional help was needed.
James and Ted had broken into a house, taken a woman, Judy Opat, hostage.
They had broken in the patio window and entered the house. And so that's where we went, and we staged right outside Oak Park. I remember sitting in the FBI van.
As I arrive on the location, it is at that time that Jim and Ted Oswald start driving this van that they had taken from the hostage.
Literally had just gotten the camera out of the trunk of the car when all of a sudden a van comes barreling down the road. Police had set up a blockade, and before we knew it, we found ourselves in the middle of a full-fledged shootout.
Unbelievable. They come out shooting, which of course nobody expected, and they are shooting hundreds of rounds out the side. Some of these were armor-piercing bullets. They're blue-tipped.
Officers were taking cover behind their vehicles. The Oswalds were firing their rounds. They were going right through.
Deputy Linda Lorenz, and she fires 6 rounds. Perfect circle into the windshield. Just absolutely perfect. And as a result of those rounds that Deputy Lorenz, now retired, fired, he veered to the right. They struck that tree at a high rate of speed. The hero of Oak Street was the oak tree. And you can hear Officer Lorenz scream, "Yoo-hoo!"
They clearly were trapped in the vehicle as a result of the crash.
It took 2 hours after the crash for James and Ted Oswald to be extracted from that van. The Waukesha SWAT team literally had to bring in snow plows to act as cover.
Is there anybody on our team that knows how to drive a V-type snowplow? We were fortunate that we had somebody that was able to do that.
Jim had a gun under his seat, and he couldn't reach it because of his injuries. Had he reached it, I don't know if he would have had these trials. I don't know. I'm guessing.
And what he means by that, what Booker means when he says doesn't know if they have these trials, because he would assume that Had Jim Oswald been able to fire at officers, he would have. And ultimately, SWAT probably would have had to take him out. They are both now serving life in prison terms. Obviously, Paul Bucher was the DA then. Now he is still in practice, but not the prosecutor. Renee Riddle would cover the case from start to finish. So she was there that day when this all happened. She saw it happen, and then she was in court every day for the trials when that took place. That video shot by Bob Vermiglio, Channel 12 photog, was used in court as evidence. It was used for training for cops. They've used it 1 million times, says Steve Peterson. And Bobby V is going to be on the Wisconsin Midday Show today with Jessica and Greg. Peterson tells me that because of that day, they changed how they armed law enforcement officers. Because all they had was a .357.
They were outgunned
and basically
in every way.
A manually, cocked shotgun. It was basically all they ever had in their and after that changed everything. In fact, there's an amazing story, and this is on the website that we have at WTMJ.com. Bucher tells a story about Officer Tom Fletcher. Officer Fletcher was there. He saw the execution of Captain James Lutz. He was there when they shot at each other, and then he fired with the Oswalds too. He was shooting at them, and he emptied his rounds on his .357. Oswald's drive away. He throws the revolver into the passenger seat of the squad and chases after him. Ultimately, he would lose sight of them as he's chasing them. And later, Bucher tells me, he goes, I asked Fletcher, I said, hey, dude, you didn't have a gun. You didn't have any, you were empty, yet you were still chasing these guys. Why? You crazy? And he said, that's what I do. I was not going to stop the pursuit.
Figure it out when I get there. But
I was not going to stop the pursuit. And Bucher calls him a hero just for that. And, of course, Captain James Lutz, 57 years old, would die that day. Waukesha Police Training Complex, of course, named after him now.
I think another reason that people remember it, because right now we are inundated with video because of social media. Mm-hmm. There's video of everything that happens.
Yes.
From severe weather to chaotic scenes that might involve criminal activity. But back then, to have a TV news camera rolling when this played out, you'd never seen anything like that. Renee, in the midst of it?
It's so interesting you say that. Renee brought that up. She's like, could you imagine this happening now with just the number of cameras of social media? It would be an entirely different situation. And there's interesting commentary from her on that aspect on the website as well. If you text the word Oswald to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620, we'll send you back this story plus some of the other commentary from the three players that we heard from in this piece. And there's also video of the raw video of the incident there when they drove in that van is on there as well.
A lot of bravery displayed that day, so
Absolutely.
probably a good time to mention this. We want to honor those who dedicate their lives to keeping us safe, and WTMJ is proud once again to highlight first responders who've gone above and beyond in the past year. This is Steve Scaffidi's Salute to Service. It's presented this year by Waterstone Bank and sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. So this is how it works. You nominate a first responder whom you may or may not know personally, but just maybe know of, someone in your community. You can nominate him or her at WTMJ.com or on the WTMJ mobile app. The nomination period is open now through May 10th. And then we have the finalists who are all recognized during Hero Week, May 20th through the 24th. Really want you to help us tell these stories. It's Steve Scaffidi's Salute to Service, presented by Waterstone Bank and sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Debbie, what's happening on the roads?
Just a little bit of a backup, not too horribly bad. We got northbound 43 slowing down around the North Avenue curve up towards Keith. Southbound side's going to be slow right past Capitol Drive proper. Westbound on 894, backing up from 27th Street all the way to Forest Home with that construction zone. Also westbound 94, backing up just a bit from about 25th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Otherwise, everything else looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
We got one.
And the Bucks will take game one against the Pacers.
You got one.
They have evened the series at one apiece.
Now that we've been gentlemanly, time to get mean.
Giannis puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through once again. He comes down with that mean mug.
It's the Bucks and the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage of Game 3 starts tonight at 4. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Did you hear about the HVAC technician's argument? It got pretty heated, but then things cooled off. Yeah, I guess you could say that I'm a fan of AC jokes. But sky-high utility bills? Well, that's no laughing matter. Hi, this is Steve from Mr. Holland's Home Services. You know what else isn't funny? Big repair bills for your furnace and air conditioner, paying full price, and high interest payments. Don't be an April Fool. This month, let Mr. Holland's Home Services replace your old, inefficient, money-guzzling AC and furnace for less than full price and get up to 24 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Hey, why did the air conditioner sweat? Well, you'd be sweating too if you had to run all day. I'm here all week, folks. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If your high energy bills are no joke, we can help.
Yes, dents, dings, and accidents happen. Get your vehicle ready for springtime cruising at Heiser's Collision Centers. Our certified body shop technicians and painters, they have 10 plus years of experience. So no matter the damage, we'll get your vehicle looking brand new. We work on all makes, take all insurances, and have discounts for non-insured vehicles. So relax and enjoy one of our complimentary loaners while you wait. Schedule today at Heiser.com. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
CertaPro Painters know how important your home is to you. I know how good a job they do because CertaPro Painters did our house. WTMJ's John Mercure here. It was professional, it was easy, it was quick, and it was efficient. And so affordable. It's CertaPro Painters. They get the job done right, even those hard-to-reach places they will knock out of the ballpark. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters. Choose the team we went with, CertaPro Painters.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Wanna go there? I've had my best time, y'all. Yes, I did.
828 Wisconsin's Morning News. On this Friday morning, the Rat Hole. I actually thought I was probably going to go see it. I don't know if I'd made a trip exclusively for it, but if we were in Chicago, I was going to try to go see it. The Rat Hole is gone. It's not just filled in or fixed, it's gone.
Bye-bye, Rat Hole. You're going off to your new home somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Rat Hole.
Video of a woman in a second-story window
of course.
who was observing the city of Chicago in the process of removing the entire block of concrete sidewalk where Rat Hole existed. They lifted it onto a truck like a flatbed, and they took it away. Rat Hole is gone.
Why?
So we'll get into that. First of all, I guess for those of you who don't know what the Rat Hole is in Chicago.
Back up. Okay, rewind, please.
It's kind of crazy how much this has blown up.
For weeks, the impression of a rat.
I heard it was a squirrel.
Or some other rodent splayed on a Roscoe Village sidewalk.
I do think it's a squirrel, for sure.
Has left a lasting impression.
We're on a date. I've been wanting to see the Rat Hole for a while.
So CBS 2 News in the Windy City reporting this was actually months ago. Because this thing had been there for a long time, but it went viral when somebody posted about it on social media. And then it began to attract all kinds of visitors.
It's just this organic attraction.
Yes. So it looked like a rat or something had been caught in the wet concrete whenever it was setting.
Yeah.
Originally when they laid this part of the sidewalk. And then people started showing up, making various offerings to the Rat Hole.
Yeah, putting stuff
they
in
left
it.
Stuff. Right.
Drinks. I even saw this one guy pouring whiskey in there.
Sang songs to it. People got married there. You brought up, we were bringing this up in the newsroom yesterday. It's Sam, one of our producers on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. She's like, oh, yeah, my friend went down there last weekend.
She lit up because it got mentioned. She lit up. She's like, oh, yeah, my friend was just
Rat
there.
Hole? Yeah, my friend went. So this was a thing. Well, that's part of the problem, and it's gone now. Erica Schrader is with the Chicago Department of Transportation. Confirmed, indeed, the full square of the sidewalk containing the Rat Hole has been removed. She said several squares actually were taken out. You asked why, Eric. Here's why. The agency deemed them damaged and in need of repair. That's why they had to remove it. Come on, Chicago. Nobody buying that. What, you fixed all the other potholes all over the city?
Everything else is
everything else
perfect.
is done. I'll probably get over there to Rat Hole property. Right? So there's more to it because while some folks love and revere the Rat Hole, a lot of folks who live in that area not interested in this being a tourist attraction.
They say they deal with garbage, vandalism, partying, TV cameras, and more. They claim their mail carrier now skips their house to avoid crowds. We need you all to chill out. Please, they write.
So these folks have been complaining for months about the noise and whatnot.
I can understand that.
Paul Sedgwick is the chief of staff for the alderman in that district, which also, if you think we got bloated government.
They got chiefs of staff.
I know, yeah, aldermen and women have chiefs of staff in Chicago. I know it's like 3 million people down there, but whatever.
Do you think here at City Hall in Milwaukee, it's just the aldermen in their office?
No, I suppose. They got people. They all have
too.
a chief of staff. So Sedgwick's answering the questions on this one. Couldn't trot the alderman out to talk about it. Here's his quote. Yeah, it's just a combination of the fact the sidewalk was uneven. And also that people would show up at various times of day and night and make a lot of noise and create other issues and problems. So Sedgwick got tired of answering the phone on this.
Oh, I get it.
Enough with the rat hole. All right, fine. Get it out of there.
You said they actually lifted slabs out?
Yes.
Now, why would you do that? I would assume, I don't know, I don't work for the public works departments in any city, but I would assume you can get an old jackhammer and you bust all that up and you shovel it out of there and throw it in the back of a dump.
Just get old Jeff Johnson on the phone from Johnson & Sons Paving.
You don't lift the full thing out.
And I watched the video very carefully. The rat hole at the moment is preserved. It's gone, but it's preserved. Chicago says it's in temporary storage, and listen to this, where it will end up ultimately somewhere else. And the decision on that will be, quote, a collaborative decision between city departments and the mayor's office. So they got to get the mayor involved.
Okay, now it's over.
Right.
Just like the bikes in Green Bay, it's over.
Yes,
We're
it's
going
to be corporatized.
Oh, is it going to be sponsored? Wintrust Bank or something going to jump on this? Come on. It's over now.
The Willis Tower Rat Hole, brought to you by, right? Yes. I think, what's the zoo down there? You got a good
Brookfield?
zoo. Yeah, Brookfield. Can't they put it in the zoo?
Why would you put
it's
a
animal
rat
adjacent
hole in the zoo?
Bye-bye, rat hole. You're going off to your new home somewhere else.
Hey, this is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for Badger Fence. If you listen to my show, you heard me talk about the beautiful new cedar fence I had installed in my home a couple years ago. Well, the company I trusted with that job is Badger Fence. They've been installing high-quality, durable fences in the metro Milwaukee area since 1945. They're a proud member of the Better Business Bureau with an A-plus rating. If privacy, security, and a wide choice of fence styles are top of mind when choosing a fence for your property, then Badger Fence is the right company. They're licensed, bonded, insured, and use the best materials in the industry. With more than 75 years of experience, Badger Fence knows that premium fence materials, design options, and affordability all play an important role in your overall satisfaction with your fencing project. So whether you want wood, which is what we chose, ornamental, chain link, or even PVC, they can help you choose the right materials for your fence project. And when it comes to quality, they are unmatched in the industry. We love our new wood fence, and when my wife Kathy and I were shopping around for fence companies, we found the right match with Badger Fence. To set up an appointment to talk with Badger Fence about your project, go to badgerfence.com. Tell them Scafidi from WTMJ sent you.
Each day there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely, and you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back. But it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
The Midwest's best baseball and softball training facility and retail center is here in New Berlin, and it's ready for you and your team. From little leaguers to hardcore players and trainers, this is the place you'll want to be.
You can't beat Bernhardt.
8:35, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Friday, April 26th. Our top story, watching for severe weather across southeast Wisconsin this weekend.
I'm Erik Bilstad. The Packers get their guy.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We have an accident now on the ramp from northbound 894 to eastbound 94 in the Zoo interchange. It is off on the right shoulder, just something to keep in mind. Otherwise, southbound 43 backing up from Hampton Avenue all the way down to about Keefe. Northbound slowing down just from Locust to Keefe, so that's actually getting better. We got westbound 94 from about 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard with a little bit of a heavy spot. BRI's on the roads report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Today, high of 60 degrees with isolated showers this afternoon. Chance for isolated thunderstorms tonight and a low down to 50. Right now, 43 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, we could have severe weather. That looks like Saturday is our best chance for that, maybe into early Sunday. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson.
If we do get a pop-up storm in the heat of the afternoon, which our models cannot capture, that's random. It's a random chance. They will be taking advantage of an atmosphere that is primed for severe weather.
The mother of a missing 3-year-old, Elijah Vu from Two Rivers, will be back in court today. Katrina Bauer, charged with chronic neglect of a child, but hasn't been charged with the disappearance of her son. He hasn't been seen since February. She returns to court again next week for a motion hearing. The child has been missing for more than 2 months.
Students protesting the Israel-Hamas war digging in at Columbia University for a 10th day. Part of a number of demonstrations boiling over on campuses from California to Massachusetts. Hundreds have been arrested across the nation, sometimes amid scuffles with police. In New York, Columbia is negotiating with student protesters who rebuffed police and doubled down.
Defense lawyers in Donald Trump's hush money criminal trial poised to dig into a former tabloid publisher's accounts of how he worked to protect Trump during the 2016 presidential campaign. David Pecker is back on the stand for a 4th day as defense attorneys try to poke holes in the testimony of the former National Enquirer publisher.
Pizza Man may be coming back pretty quickly here in Milwaukee. Now, you remember they closed their location that was on Humboldt Avenue, but now news from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that there's a permit to install 2 exterior Pizza Man signs at the former East Side location. Now, this was where it moved after the big old fire that was over there on North Avenue. So this would be the Downer Avenue space that's been vacant since Pizza Man left there in 2023.
The Packers pick Jordan Morgan, an offensive lineman from the University of Arizona, in the first round of the NFL draft. Rounds 2 and 3 of the draft are tonight in Detroit. The Packers currently own 2 picks in the second round and 2 picks in the third.
Wall Street now open, and time for news about your money with the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average up right now about 50 points to 38,133. The S&P 500 at 5083. That is up about 34 points. And the NASDAQ climbing 210 points. That's over 1.25% already to 15,822. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com. Click on the Get Started button now.
Coming up, a local everyday hero.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 and Layton Avenue, 23rd and Lincoln. Great stores, great cause, and unbelievable bargains. You're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
Nelnet Incorporated has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Facilities Coordinator Sunday Heidemann, local and partner ring true for you. Why?
They become your friend. They are easy to work with. You get to know them on a personal level, and they're very outgoing.
James Imaging Systems, helping local businesses do business better.
Being a partner, we can collaborate with each other, and we can make the best needs and outcome for our company.
James Imaging Systems, better technology, great people.
Makes my job so much easier that I can contact the people that know the machines, and I know I'm going to be taken care of.
Sunday, anything to say about James Imaging Systems to others?
They're a great team to work with.
Document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hey, it's Fish Fry Friday at the Mine Shaft Restaurant. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The family-owned Mine Shaft in Hartford has just lowered their fish fry to, listen closely, $4.99 when you dine in. Don't pay $15 to $18. Your Mine Shaft fish fry is $4.99. Relax with a delicious old-fashioned, a Manhattan, an ice-cold beer, a glass of wine for a perfect fish fry. The kids' menu starts at $3.99. They'll love that world-class game room quietly tucked away from the dining area. It's great for you, too. They play while you finish up. The Mine Shaft's Wednesday and Friday fish fry is now $4.99. Wow! That's amazing. The all-you-can-eat Sunday brunch is only $14.99. The Sunday chicken dinner or a half rack of ribs, under $10. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and right off the interstate in Oshkosh. Stop for your $4.99 dine-in only Friday fish fry. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's the amazing Mine Shaft.
Usually, we don't celebrate an everyday hero on a Friday.
It's reserved exclusively
Yes.
for Thursdays.
The Thursday staple.
And it can only be there.
Not today. So everyday hero, this is when we celebrate the average John or Jane Doe who woke up one morning not realizing they'd be saving a life. Well, today we had to bring this back. An 8th grader from Glendale, right here in town. Everyday hero, a quick-thinking 8th grader who goes to Glen Hills. His name is AC. And what AC did, AC Holland III, I should say, he was on the bus. He realized they blew past his stop, realized that they're going a little faster than normal. He looked up and he saw the bus driver, her head went down.
Ugh.
So he knew that he had to get up there. The bus was moving.
I walked, see if she okay, and she didn't respond, so her foot was still on the gas. I scooted her over, moved her foot off the gas, and I just turned the wheel and pressed the brake at the same time.
Yeah, and brought the bus to a stop.
8th grade?
8th grader. Spoke to TMJ4 News. Then apparently he turned around and told all the younger kids, hey, call your parents if you got a phone. Call your parents. Everything's okay. And then the woman, the driver who was having a medical emergency, was able to regain consciousness enough to call dispatch for help. So all is well. She's okay. No one was hurt. This happened on Wednesday. My favorite is AC Holland II. So AC's dad was asked about it on Channel 4 about what his kid told him.
First thing went through my mind is so wait, you drove a bus? Yeah.
Hang on, back up.
Wait, what?
You were driving a bus? Right.
Second best part of that story on TMJ4 News is that he actually helped them too, the news reporter.
Their family works on cars together. He's been teaching his son a lot about the ins and outs of mechanics.
He's an ace.
An ace even coming to the rescue for us this evening. The 8th grader helping jumpstart our news car when the battery died.
A double hero, even helping out the news
Hey,
guys.
listen, kid, could you give us a jump, too, while you're at it?
Thank you, AC.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. Birthday parties, anniversaries, or bachelor parties. You can count on the Brewers to host. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Plus, get set up with customizable tailgate spaces, seating blocks in your favorite spot at American Family Field, and much more. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
Did your home suffer damage from a storm or severe weather?
Don't stress any longer. Loyal Family Renovations treats all of its customers like they've joined their personal family, and every project as if the work was being done at their own house. Loyal Family Renovations has a leg up on the competition due to the personal relationships they've built with insurance adjusters over the years. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to help make your home remodeling dreams a reality. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
8:46 on this Friday morning, Wisconsin's Morning News. Immediately after the program, on a daily basis, we head on upstairs. Erik, Greg Pancake Hill, producer of the program, and I sit down and say, what did we do? What did we like? What do we got coming up this week? Lots of ideas thrown around. Not all of them make them into the show. So we assigned Greg Pancake Hill to whip up a little something with the leftovers. Here on this Friday morning is the Pancake Breakfast Special.
What about breakfast?
You've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
The man, the math, the legend. When many of us did what we would have done, which is complain, this guy rescued us all. What do you guys do when you notice shrinkflation? Something we've been talking about for years. What do you do about it?
Oh, yeah, you open that bag of chips and there ain't no chips in there?
Yeah,
right?
The size of the bag is smaller. It always used to be 16.5 ounces. Now it's 15.8 and a half and 3/4.
Okay. You complain. You whine about, this is a ripoff now.
Exactly right. And then
I think I didn't notice.
And then, yeah, you just stop. It just stops. And then you buy it anyway, right? Yeah, exactly. Listen, I do it too, as I sipped from an 11-ounce can of Arnold Palmer, literally writing this last night. But we may remember this name and this pending litigation that we can keep track of. I take you to Texas, where apparently not everything is bigger. At least not in this class action lawsuit case, the case of Waldrop v. Cinemark, a case that is straight out of the movies. Shane Waldrop went to his local Cinemark movie theater and ordered himself a 24-ounce beer. How much do you think a 24-ounce beer at the movie theater runs you?
Ooh, $8? It's got to be $8.
$8.80. Nicely done, gentlemen. Except what he encountered was a bigger twist than at the end of insert your cliche twist movie here. He examined the beer closely, he brought it home to his house, and he measured the liquid, and what did he find? In the 24-ounce cup of beer, it only held 22 ounces of liquid. Oh! An outrage. An absolute outrage. So, 2 ounces short. What do? Waldrop, what's he do? Every American does. We file a lawsuit, baby.
Sue somebody.
Lawsuit claims that the chain, the Cinemark chain, had committed, quote, negligent misrepresentation, fraud, unjust enrichment, and violation of Texas's Deceptive Trade Practices Act. Waldrop and his attorneys are seeking both an end to the labeling practice as well as a, quote, disgorgement of profits. The later of which will hopefully fit in a 22-ounce theater cup. The suit also allegedly points out that Cinemark, like most movie theater chains, try to sell you on the bigger size of drinks by suggesting they're the better value. So what did he do? He did the math. This is especially misleading because the 24-ounce drink should provide a deal to consumers, this is all what he claims, over the 20-ounce drinks prices at 37 cents per ounce versus 39 cents per ounce. But due to the actual volume of 22-ounce available in the 24-ounce drink, the price ends up being 40 cents an ounce. An outrage, making the larger drink more expensive per ounce, which is thus not a deal. So they're in the middle of the case. What do you think? Do we have a case here? 2 ounces of beer, about 2 cents per ounce difference. It's a return of like 4.5 ounces, gentlemen.
I think there is a case. I mean, you can argue that it's absurd, but I think there's precedent for this. Didn't somebody sue over the length of the foot long?
Yes.
Sub?
That's right.
At Subway?
Yeah.
And like won.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, look, it's silly as it were, like you can't advertise a 24-ounce beverage that's not 24 ounces. I don't think I'd sue anybody over it, but certainly not happy about
Give
it.
credit for this guy who has the disposable
Yeah, way
income
to go,
and time.
Waldrop.
Way to go, Shane Waldrop from Texas. We're going to keep an eye on this case.
Awesome.
I'm going to let you guys know what the result of it is, the pending litigation that we are all just in high anticipation for.
It'll be a settlement, like a six-pack or something.
Could you imagine after all of that? Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
his,
so
his
upsetting.
attorney's
Classic.
Jackie Childs. Right? He took it. We're prepared to offer you free beer for a year. Plus, we'll take it.
We'll take it. So in a world where true injustice lies at the measurable level, the bottom of the beer glass, where the villain is now inflation, there is a hero. This hero's name, if successful, Texas resident Shane Waldrop.
One more time before 9 o'clock here, Deb.
All right, wrapping things up with an accident northbound 894 to eastbound 94 on that ramp in the Zoo interchange. It's off on the right shoulder, so don't panic. We got westbound 94 a little tight from about 35th Street through the stadium. Northbound 43 slowing from Locust to Keith. Just a couple of extra minutes there. Westbound 894 seems to be our worst point right now with the construction delays from 27th Street all the way to about 68th. Right around 76th Street, though, on 894 eastbound, we've got a crash off on the right shoulder. It's basically at the end of the 76th Street on-ramp, so it's just something to keep in mind if you are heading through there. It's not in traffic, so we're still okay. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. We often talk about public safety on my show, the Political Power Hour. It is now that time of the year where we recognize those who go above and beyond their duty. If you know a first responder in your local community that exemplifies this kind of bravery, you can submit their story to WTMJ.com, but do so soon because we're closing entries by May 12th.
It's Steve Scaffidi's Salute to Service, presented by Waterstone Bank and sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Erik Bilstad here from WTMJ's Wisconsin's Morning News. My daughter likes to go outside and spend time in the grass and on the trampoline and whatnot, which is fine. But whenever she does that, she always leaves the garage doors open. And I don't like looking into my ugly garage. My ugly garages are just dirty and dingy, and I still got like the snowblower sitting out and whatnot, and it's embarrassing. Plus, the more important reason is I can't look at the brand new, beautiful garage doors from J.D. Griffiths. And they're not even new anymore. I've had them for a year, but they still pop every time I look at them. It just helps with the enhancement and the look of the house. J.D. Griffiths, more than 70 years they've been doing it. Milwaukee's detached garage builders and, of course, providers of premier garage doors. They got all the expert carpenters that can do the things. They got the concrete, the grading. They got everything you need to do a detached garage or provide these garage doors. And now they're even offering something for you, the WTMJ listener. J.D. Griffiths has an exclusive offer right now. If you purchase a new garage door, you can save $100 on a garage door opener. Just call 414-362-7222. That's 414-362-7222. Mention me, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad, or you can go to jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ and schedule your free at-home estimate. jdgriffiths.com.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Guthrie and Fry protects the water in my house. Guthrie and Fry has provided expert advice, quality service, and reliable water since 1974. Owners Sue and Rob are well known and very generous in the local community for supporting great causes that change lives. We've got their water softener. We've got their reverse osmosis system. Our water is crisp, clean, and clear. GFwater.com. It's Guthrie and Fry.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Yeah, this afternoon, isolated showers. Tonight, chance for isolated thunderstorms. And then Saturday is when things are interesting. That's when we bring in the chance for severe weather Saturday afternoon. Saturday's high 78 degrees. So at least one of those ingredients is there for the potential for severe storms. Keep an eye on the forecast through the weekend.
With the 25th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers and hosts for the 2025 NFL Draft select Jordan Morgan, tackle, Arizona.
So without regard for who the Packers picked, and I don't know, depending on who you ask, it's a fine pick. He's an offensive lineman, and that's, as Tausch said this morning, that's not a real sexy pick. It's not something really interesting to talk about.
But oftentimes successful.
And very important, obviously. So the interesting thing for, I think, a lot of us who just checked in on the draft for a little bit yesterday is that whole apparatus, that whole setup, all of that you see, and that sea of people next year, as the commish said, in Green Bay.
And it's a production. Like, even the next 2 days are going to be fascinating. The people that are there, not just the hundreds of thousands of NFL fans, but the dignitaries, the stars. The Eminem was there yesterday introducing with Roger Goodell. They had a bunch of the old players there. So imagine what they could do in Green Bay next year with the history of Titletown, the 90th anniversary of the draft or annual draft, whatever it is, and just the shots that they could make, the stage that they could build. I mean, it will be amazing to see what they do.
Some folks are there from, as you can imagine, Mayor of Green Bay is there in Detroit. I connected with somebody I know at Discover Green Bay, so that's their visitor and convention bureau. He's over there right now in Detroit. I asked if he would join us on Monday.
Perfect.
Just for a full report. Like, let me know what you see. What did you hear? What did you learn? What's going to keep you up at night now in this next year, about how this is all going to come together here in Wisconsin. So we'll talk with him live on Wisconsin's Morning News Monday morning. Have a great weekend, everybody. WTMJ Steve Scafidi on the way next.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee